Hello, Falcon Paladin, and welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Samacron. Thank you for the welcome to the podcast. It is good to see you. Last week was crazy. We had to skip it because of some stuff that came up in real life, but we are here today.
Yeah, we are here. There we go. I'll look at you instead of looking away. Let me flip my camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here now. Better late than never, as I always say.
Yeah, I think that's a fine creed to live by. Better late than never,
Yep.
generally. Yep. hmm So unseasonably warm here in December in Utah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's always unseasonably warm in December.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
unseasonably warm for you right now, or is it normally warm for you?
It's unseasonably warm in the kind of like it's unfashionable or undesirable. Not because it's out of season. It's perfectly within season, but it's absolutely not what I want in life.
Yeah, no, I get that. That goes without saying. Definitely understood.
Yeah.
Posted a U.S. weather map that somebody posted. Yeah, check this out. It's the weirdest thing. Here, I'll send it to you, and you can show it on the stream,
Oh, okay.
so the peoples can know of what I speak. But
That's the smallest image in the world.
oh,
Do you have a bigger one?
yes.
Oh, that's this one. Yep. This is what you sent me. If anyone looking at this. What is this? A map for ants?
Yes. Ants have much concern when it comes to the weather.
I mean, I can zoom in on it, but boy, is it pixely.
I mean, it's just more about the general coloration of the map on the left and the right side. We don't
Sure,
need like fine details here necessarily.
Sure.
Perfect. That'll do. So yeah, look at this. So in December,
Uh-huh.
the eastern half of the U.S. minus Florida has been well below average of December temperatures. It's below freezing. It's snowing a ton in a lot of places. But then you get into the western U.S. and it's well above the average temperatures for December. It's like 65 degrees in Utah this week, and it's really weird. And I'm like, man, it sure is warm. And then I talk to people who are back east. I'm like, what are you talking about? It is the coldest December we've had in years. Weird, huh? Weather's weird.
Weather's weird, yeah.
I guess CNN weather says it's because of the jet stream, which I do not know enough about weather to explain what that is exactly. But jet stream, I guess.
Yeah, jet stream. I know what that is. That is a fast-flowing narrow current of air in the Earth's atmosphere.
Yep. And I guess it brings cold air down from the north and only brings it to the eastern half of the United States.
I just thought
Yeah.
jet stream was like a transformer or something as well. Sounds like a transformer name. This is Jetstream. Roll out.
Not wrong, honestly. That's a good call. I would buy a jet stream transformer. Probably a jet of some kind. Anyway.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, no. Anywho's, yeah, that's what's going on. Very, very, very strange. Anyway.
Oh, there is. Yeah. Jetstream. This is an aerial bot. Yep. Leader. Jetstream is the aerial bot leader of Team Dunuvo. Dunevo. With the talent Instant Acceleration. Okay. So.
Fancy.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Anywho's.
That's been happening here.
Yeah. The weather is going from like 25 today, maybe even less. It might even be like 22 in Celsius, which is just lovely.
Yeah.
But raining to like, oh, it'll be 39 tomorrow.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's miserable.
So
Yep.
we've got the flippy floppy weather. Yep.
Indeed, as we usually do this time of year. Very flippy floppy.
Yeah.
So for current events in Australia, I just
Yeah.
had some thoughts and maybe questions about the Bondi shooting that happened or
Bondi. Yep.
earlier this week. Bondi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
yep. Okay. Shoot. Well, no, let's not use that word for asking questions. Uh,
Good call. What do you want to say instead? Come on.
fire. Nope.
Ah!
Too soon.
Go ahead. You can say go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't want to get too much into the details of it exactly, but what I found interesting is that looking at American political preachers talk about this incident, right?
Uh-huh.
Not a fight, right? Mass shooting, is that the right wing is really focused on the fact that the two shooters appear to be Muslim and they're immigrants from Pakistan who came into the country in like the 90s, right? It's like, immigrants and Muslims. Obviously, all immigrants are bad. All Muslims are terrorists. Rah, 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 rah. It's like, shut the hell up. You guys are stupid, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have the other side. The left is like, but the hero, the guy that went and tackled one of the shooters and saved a ton of lives, unarmed, very bravely, he is Muslim. Here he is. Look how cool this guy is. He's a Muslim and he's a hero. And screw all you guys on the other side. Do they ever talk about the fact that the shooters are Muslim? No. Does the right side talk about the fact that this hero guy is a Muslim? No. It's like, okay, can we just talk about things that happened as they happened? Like, is it okay if we as a people just acknowledge the fact that, guess what? Not all Muslims are the same. Hey, there are billions of them in the world. It's stupid to label them with any kind of thing other than they share some religious beliefs, right? They don't share all the same religious beliefs because Islam is a very grassroots, bottom-up religion. They don't have a pope telling everybody what to believe across the entire world. So even their religious beliefs aren't necessarily all the same.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. It annoys me that from what I'm seeing, people have a hard time just approaching the whole situation from the perspective of let's just talk about what happened. We don't need to assign labels to anything. We don't need to make broad, sweeping generalizations about anything here. It's a tragedy. A lot of people died. Let's talk about how to prevent this from happening. And let's not paint entire cultures with a broad brush either way.
I'm happy to not paint entire cultures with broad brushes, but I think if we're gonna put a label on anything, calling this guy a hero, I think fits.
Yeah,
At least
fair.
him. Call him on an individual level a hero. I think that's fine to say.
Yeah,
And if that's
totally.
all you're saying, and you're not like, and clearly this means all Muslims and immigrants are heroes, right? Which, to be fair, I've seen precisely 0 people make that claim.
Well, but the implication of every time you show this guy on your platform of he's a Muslim is like, what are we trying to say here, folks?
Well, what?
Like, come on. You
what
can
it-
just be like, here's the guy who was the hero. Here's his name. Here's what he looks like. But everyone's like, he's Muslim.
Right. But if
What does that have to do with anything?
if it has to do that the entire other side is going, well, the shooters are Muslims and they're bad, and therefore all Muslims are bad because that's how we're approaching it. You do have to explicitly out loud say it to those people. This guy's a Muslim and didn't do that. Like, how do you break people of racist beliefs if you don't explicitly call out when their beliefs are, not in concurrence with reality?
Yeah. Well, okay. So you fight fire with fire, right?
To a degree, yeah.
To a degree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
I
backboning's a
do
thing. You
understand
can
what
fight
you're
fire with
saying.
fire.
Indeed. Again, I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm just saying that is what's going on.
Sure.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. So, like, if the right wingers weren't all up in a tizzy about the fact that the shooters were Muslim, then maybe the left wouldn't be.
Yeah, I
making
mean,
a deal about his religious beliefs. The hero guy.
Even putting it as like Republicans versus Democrats or whatever is not how I would approach it. I would approach it as the last 26 years have been very heightened tensions of Muslim extremists, right? Ever since 9/11, and when they got vilified exclusively in your media for ages, I feel like that I would argue, I would frame it as we're dealing with the results of that, of like a quarter century's worth of that kind of portrayal, and that has led people to hold certain beliefs. Not that, like, we need to fight fire with fire because the Republicans are all racists. It's no, we have people who have been living a very long time where a particular viewpoint is mainstream and concurrent and popular, and that's what we need to fight fire against, not people, ideas. It's a kind of wishy-washy line in the sand to like reframe the argument, but that's kind of how I try to think about it. It makes me feel a little bit better.
But I mean, yes, it is ideas, but like, find me the Democrat who thinks all Muslims are terrorists, and I'll pay you $5, right? I don't know if that person exists.
Let's just do a Google. Anti-Muslim.
Democrat who hates Muslims.
Democrat America. It's just giving me
the opposite of what you're looking for, maybe.
Yeah, it's just finding anything that has Islamophobic in like the title and showing it to me.
Democrat pushes back against Islamophobia, right?
Yeah. Muslim Democrat asks leaders to denounce Islamophobic, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Right. It's a pretty hard line in the sand, Omicron. It's a pretty big divider.
I mean, okay. You're asking me to find the politician or the voter?
Ah.
Because I can't know what dwells within the hearts of 300 million people.
That is very true. And again, I do want to point out, not everyone who votes Republican thinks that all Muslims are terrorists.
No, they all do. And definitely.
Not all Democrats think that all Muslims are heroic angels who've never done anything wrong. Like, that's not what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying this is some people believe these things, and it's stupid.
Mm-hmm. It's very stupid. What I've mainly seen going on about this public shooting is I saw a term that I'd never heard, which is ammosexual. It's the gun nut people who are like, see, if Australians had guns, they'd be able to defend themselves from this. The crowd who are just like, we need to skew everything towards not having gun control in America because clearly it doesn't work. Right. That's mainly what I've seen, rather than like...
Which is pretty stupid.
Yes, it's pretty stupid.
Because there's been, is this the only mass shooting you've had since Port Arthur?
It's okay. So it's not the only gun crime. It'll depend on how you define mass shooting or public shooting.
More people or more died.
No.
In public.
No. We had one. I think it was 3 years ago in 2022, where 4 police officers went to do a wellness check in Queensland in like a little rural town, and the people living there ambushed the cops and shot them, and then the cops shot back and like 6 people died. And so I consider that a mass shooting or a firefight. Yeah. Some people call that a mass shooting. I would not call that a public shooting, which is what I would call this.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't either.
So for public shooting, this is the first one since the Port Arthur massacre 30 years ago. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep. But here's the thing. I went to look up a list of Australian mass shootings, and the Wikipedia page absolutely says, like, lots of people use different definitions. But there was one a week ago where a guy fired from the roof of a restaurant and wounded 7 people.
Oh, okay.
Didn't hear a thing about it.
No, didn't hear a thing about that.
Nobody died.
Did not make
That's
it across.
Probably why.
That's why. Not enough murder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Woundings don't make ratings, apparently.
Apparently not.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
The other thing I had, so then I saw a story that's like Australia is going to crack down on what gun laws they already have.
That's possible.
I'm like, so from what I've understood from you, right? Like, you can get a gun in Australia, obviously.
You can.
Wasn't there a thing about having to be part of a gun club?
Sure. Yeah. So, to get a gun, you need a legitimate reason, basically. And that
Right.
falls into a couple of categories. One, the most common one, and the one in which my housemate and my brother had firearms, is they were part of a gun club. And that just means going to like a firing range and signing up, right? It's not hard
Right.
to get into a club, but that does mean you need to go to at least 3 competition shoots a year. You need to be on the registry of being like, hey, I've done the shoots. That also means you need to either like do a police check, background check, all that stuff. You need to go to like their safety course when you first sign up. You either need to be able to store the gun at the gun club, which, because gun clubs are very popular for people who want guns, there's never any space, right? You have to have it yourself, which means getting a safe and drilling it into the concrete somewhere.
Right.
It needs to be
expensive
secure.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that basically rules out people who are renting, because it's very hard to get a landlord to sign off you drilling a gun case into the thing. And then, because we typically have bolt action guns, we don't have semi-automatics or automatic weapons. They have to be stored with the bolt removed, and I believe in a different compartment. Like, so if the safe opens up, it'll have like another little storage boat. The ammo, the weapon, and the bolt need to be in. I think the bolt and the ammo can be together, but the ammo and the weapon need to be separate. It can't be loaded or anything like that. So that it's basically, there's a big hassle on how to get it, and then a big hassle on how to store it. And then
Right.
I believe that also puts you on a list for like random checks where it's like, hey, once every couple of years, a police officer is going to knock on your door and ask to have a look and be like, show me where it is, because we need to make sure you're following the rules. It has to be enforced somehow.
Yeah.
The other ways in which
Somebody
you can
else
get it,
isn't using your gun when they're not supposed
that's
to.
also true. They might come in and knock and be like, oh, we hear someone here owns a rifle, and I might be like, I don't know where that is. Like, but can you show me where it is or how to get in? And so if I know where the keys are, that's an issue.
Right.
So, I mean, that's kind of easy, where it's just like, hey, don't talk to cops about where my gun is. Like, you can point them to the safe, but not where the keys are, because if you live with someone, inevitably you're gonna like, they're gonna be like, hey, I left this thing in a drawer, and like, oh, there's the key. Right?
Right.
No, you cannot walk into a Walmart and buy one. It's
Right.
you can, like, we do have private arms dealers. It's a bit of a weird thing. I used to know a guy who was one, and I think there's like a whole bunch of like, you need to submit them to your license and a bunch of paperwork before you can get it. But I don't know what the rules are on like how long before you can actually get your hands on it. I don't know. My housemate got one of his rifles because a person we knew across the road, their husband died, and she was just like, well, the gun club's holding onto it, but I need to, like, on paperwork, sell this to someone with a rifle license because I don't have one. And so he paid her like $50 for like a $400 rifle, and theoretically, as far as I'm aware, he could have walked down to the, well, not walked, probably driven, and gone and picked it up. So I think if you buy it privately, you can get it like the same day.
Yeah.
The other way you can get a license is for like varmint hunting. So basically, if you live out in the bush and you've got critters or foxes or whatever, dingoes on your property, you can get a gun license to be like, hey, I need to go out and shoot some stuff to keep my property secure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
All right.
That's what I understand
so
about
I'm wondering
gun
how
laws.
you would crack down on those laws exactly.
I don't know how you can make it worse.
Because I'm gonna be honest, going 30 years
Is
without something like this is like, could we do better than that? Do we like? Are we saying we need to do better than that? Because holy smokes, you know.
I don't know that we need to do better than that right now. If this becomes a trend where it's like, okay, it was 30 years this time, but it was only 12 next time, and then 6, and then 5.
Certainly.
Then we can start to look at stuff.
Definitely.
Because again, we have lots of I don't want to say we have lots of gun crime. I've walked to work. I live in a dodgy neighborhood. I walk to work at 2:00 in the morning. I don't feel particularly threatened by guns. That said, it was like a month ago. If you went a click that way, someone got shot.
Was it like a robbery or what?
Yeah, I believe it was like a carjacking or something, and they shot someone, and then the police shot them. Like, to the point where if I'd been standing outside, I probably could have heard the gunshots, right? That's how close it was.
Right.
But that's super uncommon for here. Personally, I don't have a lot of memories of gun violence in the area. And I live in a dodgy neighborhood, is how I'd put that.
Fair enough.
So I don't know how we could do better. If someone has a reasonable idea, it's easy for me to say, yeah, let's do it, because I'm not particularly interested in owning a gun. But striking a balance between the people who do want guns and what people like me want is a tricky thing. And I don't think sport shooters, are a moral threat to society if done right. People who want to go to a club and shoot clay pigeons. I've done skeet shooting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't know how to tighten down to make sure this doesn't happen and keep places like that open. I have not these answers. So.
No, this is complicated answers for sure.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess the other thing is that it did seem to be a targeted shooting. Like
yeah.
The guy and his son were trying to kill Jews at a gathering specifically for Jews.
Yep. A Hanukkah
that's
event,
pretty bad.
I believe. Yeah. Pretty
It's
not
like
great.
as bad as like taking pot shots at random people in public is. Like I think targeting someone for their religious beliefs or their gender or their sexuality or something is like super worse, man. Like that's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to actually for these dipshits, but like if you just go out and start shooting at random people, and there's no motivation other than like the personal desire to do harm, that's one thing. But if you when does the law stop when you live in basically a war zone, right? To play just devil's advocate here, if Palestinians were like, I'm gonna buy a gun and have a gun safe and then defend my home from invading Israelis, they're also shooting at Jews for the expressed intention that they're essentially shooting at Jews. Is that bad? It's not because
if you're buying the gun to defend yourself against those who are coming to harm you, then no, you're not targeting anyone based on who they are. You're just defending your home.
Even though the people who are coming to your home are doing it specifically with that
if
argument.
the Chinese military paratroops into my neighborhood and starts murdering people and I'm like shooting them, I'm not doing it because they're Chinese. I promise I'm not.
You don't welcome our Chinese overlords? No. It's like, again, I'm just pointing out that even like where does that line stop? Does it stop at the war zone? If it turns out these guys were motivated by that conflict to quote get rid of Jews in Australia because of that, they're sending a message with the targeting, and it's a shitty message. I'm not on board for the message, but there is a message. When does monstrosity become activism? I guess is the question that I'm asking, which is awful.
When are they the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel good.
No, it's very, very, very complicated, certainly.
Yeah.
Bad time. Yeah, I mean, I sincerely hope it's another 30 plus years before another thing like this happens in your country. So.
Same.
Yeah. All right, that was fun.
Was it?
Nope.
Oh.
So to change topics abruptly and without any kind of a segue whatsoever, last week, oldest kid was like, hey, I want to go see the Jujutsu Kaisen movie in theaters, but I'm only 17 and it's rated R, so I have to bring an adult with me. Will you come? And I'm like, I haven't seen any Jujutsu Kaisen, kid. And he's like, I know, but like it's really good. I really want to see it. And I'm like, oh, fine. So, I'm like, you'll be 18 in 4 months anyway. It's anime. Like nobody cares.
Yeah.
Some people probably care. Yeah.
How is the movie?
So I went and saw Jujutsu Kaisen movie without having seen any of the TV show. or reading any Wikipedia synopses or watching any videos explaining what the show is all about.
Okay. Yep. You went in blind. Yeah.
I did. Crazy blind. And here's the thing. I talked about this to the kid afterwards. I was like, the pacing is crazy in this show. And he's like, oh, I think they sped a bunch of stuff up to cram it into the 2-hour allotment of the movie. Because, like, part of it is kind of recapping this major event that happened in the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that was really sped through and they skipped a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
It's recap.
Yeah.
But then, even when, like, they're like, okay, so that happened, and here's the new stuff that you've never seen before, it just seems super fast. Like, one of the things that really stands out when I remember it is our main character, who goes to the Japanese Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. He's our hero, and he's really strong and can do powerful magic and stuff. He is running around, and the people in charge decide that he needs to die. So they talk to this assassin, and like, hey man, it's your job to go kill this dude. He's like, okay. And then like 3 minutes later, dude shows up. It's like there's no time to like process this or think about it, and like we don't show him traveling at all. He's just there with our protagonist. He's like standing on a hill over there, and he's like, what's up? And it's like, what? It's so fast. And then they fight a whole bunch, and then he kills the protagonist, and I'm like, holy crap. I know the show kills a lot of dudes, but this guy seems like he's an important dude. And then the next scene, the guy's like, welcome back. Sorry I had to kill you. There's complicated reasons for that, but then I brought you back with my healing magic that nobody knows I have. I hope we can be friends. And I'm like, whiplash! Like, there is absolutely no time in this show to process anything that happens. It is so fast. And then it was over. And I'm like...
Yeah.
happened. Anyway, that's Jujutsu Kaisen as far as I can tell.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't remember the anime being that poorly paced. Yeah, it's
okay. Good. I'm glad.
the first like 5 episodes or whatever are pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I guess they were just like, we have to cram 3 arcs into this movie that should only be 1. So.
Apparently. Anywho, it's Mappa, and the animation is like loose.
Loose, is that what you said?
Loose.
Loose.
It's like the lines are kind of ill-defined, and they move, and character design isn't ever... They're not super strict on making sure that the characters look the same in every scene, and fight scenes are really flowy, and they're messing with perspective and experimenting with all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I've never seen Mappa do this before. Mappa's usually like, we're really pretty, and like, I don't know. It was an interesting, different way they're doing it. I imagine because they're adapting it from the manga, right?
Surely.
And I imagine the manga is more kind of loosey-goosey with how it's portraying things visually, and so they're just trying to match the original artist with it. Anyway, I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not really what I expected.
Okay. I mean, maybe you should give the show a go, because I'm looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it on my anime list, which has, from what I understand, some pretty universally agreed like ratings list, basically. Yep. Season 1 is 8.53 stars, right? Which you compare that to the final season of Attack on Titan, which is 8.78, so a little bit below that. Chainsaw Man is 8.43, so it's a little bit above.
Dang.
Yeah. Was this movie Zero? Is that what it's called? I'm seeing that on this list here. You don't remember what it was called, do you?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
No, that one came out in 2022.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. The 2025 film is called Jujutsu Kaisen Execution, because again, it's the story of our guy getting executed and then immediately resurrected.
Okay, so
Spoilers for the
spoilers.
JJK movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Execution. So is that being received well? Because I don't know, man.
That's what I'm looking for. I should just search for it. Come on, make it easy for me. I just searched for execution and it didn't find it. Movie, second season. No, that's not the movie. Oh, the movie titles are in, like, Japanese. I don't read
In Japan.
Here we go. The movie is 7.27. So still well received, in my opinion.
But everything else is in the 8s, right?
Pretty much, yeah. The movie before this, Hidden Inventory / Premature Death, is 8.11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's not like the ratings are terrible for it, but it's not up to what it usually is.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, Jujutsu Kaisen.
So I love that the English version of the movie is called Jujutsu Kaisen Execution. It has the Japanese here, which is Jujutsu Kaisen movie Shibuya Jihen Tokubetsu Henshu Ban X Shimetsu Kaya Senko Johai. Which that can't just mean execution.
That cannot directly translate to execution. No. I don't think so.
I'm trying to need a translator. And it's in, like, Romanji, so it's, I don't even know if it'll translate into Google, because it's technically, like, written in English.
They might do that.
It translated it from Japanese with the text language into Japanese. Thanks.
Ooh, it's never good.
Jujutsu Kaisen Shibuya Special Edition X Final Fantasy Monster Special Forces.
Thanks, Google Translate.
Thanks.
I think,
yeah. And then actually, because I copied and pasted the title in Japanese, and then the title was under again in English, so it translated Jujutsu Kaisen Execution as Jujutsu Kaisen Ecchi, which could not be more wrong.
No.
Throw that out.
Translating is a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Especially when Japanese is involved.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah. But hey, I believe the winter season for anime is starting, which means we're going to have a whole new list of bullshit isekai titles to read.
Ever stop making 30 isekai titles every season, Omicron?
No, it's like this forever and always.
Okay.
At least in your defense, I have not been able to find like a Crunchyroll news post that's like, here's what's coming. But it, like, the season, as far as I can tell, has already started. They've just not said what they've got coming.
Oh.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Thanks, anime season.
Yep. So when you go to Crunchyroll's homepage, at the top, there's a tab that's called Simulcast. And it says it's in the winter 2026 season. And there's 2 animes out that I guess already have new episodes, but everything else is not started or still wrapping up from the previous season, which makes this feel awfully useless. Thanks.
Yep. 100%. Ridiculously so. Thanks anyway, internet.
And in Crunchyroll news, they're canceling and getting rid of their free with ads model subscription.
I saw that. Yeah.
Which sucks because people use that. And on top of that,
gotta be making them money. Like, why are they mad at it?
I don't know, because they're also like using like the worst AI subtitles now as well, apparently. and people are in a big huff about that because like subtitles, when they're done properly, might say like have words written up here. Well, hold on, let me move my hand. Words written up here in Japanese, and they'll subtitle that underneath it. Now they're just all at the bottom where the dialogue goes, so you have to like when a scene changes, figure out what bit down here is referring to anything written in background details,
Yeah.
and it's just not good. Like it's really
Nope.
messy and ugly and doesn't work because they're just doing the cheapest option available apparently.
Yeah. Welcome to AI.
Yeah.
We're at the stage where people want to use it because it's cheap, but it's not good yet. Will it ever get there? Who knows? I don't.
No,
I'm
probably
not
not.
holding my breath at this point.
Probably not. If I had to
But
guess.
there's a chance. There's a chance that one day it'll be great and it will take everyone's jobs and it'll be like, boy, this AI sure is wonderful and society has collapsed. Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe if we're going to be hopeful, let's just say AI takes everyone's jobs and we were to live off the, like,
The revenue generated by AI.
yeah, or just like the labor performed by it. We don't need
Mhm.
revenue because we don't need money. Everyone just has all their needs met. It's great. It's Star
Correct.
Trek. It's a post-scarcity world.
Yeah, Star Trek, not Blade Runner. Star Trek, definitely Star Trek.
Yes, we want Star Trek, not Warhammer.
Oh man, is War? Yeah, fair enough. I guess Warhammer works.
Warhammer has been through its AI revolution, and it did not work out well for the galaxy. I mean, I guess we won, kind of, because they don't have AI anymore, sort of. Um,
No, they just lobotomize humans and turn them into AI monsters.
it's a victory. Uh,
Amazing. What else did I watch this week? Oh, so my daughter's been watching Digital Circus, which
What's
is a
that?
YouTube series by Gooseworks, I think is the creator.
No idea.
Anyway, 3D animated YouTube show. It's like 22-minute episodes. The basic concept is a character is thrust into a 3D animated kind of wacky world where she is a 3D animated jester type character. And she's like, where am I? What the hell is going on? And then a crazy kind of ringmaster character shows up. He is like a mouth with teeth, but the eyeballs are inside the mouth. And his name is Kane. And he's like, welcome to the digital circus. And all they do is he sends her and a bunch of other people who are there on adventures he's created. And they're like, can we leave? And he's like, no. So it's this weird, what is going on mystery type show. And everyone's like trying to get all these theories into it and stuff. And it's really popular with a certain segment, and especially younger kids, right?
All right.
Okay, so episode 7 comes out, and my daughter is like gobsmacked. She's like, I just watched episode 7. I can't believe what it was. It like hit me in the face. And I'm like, well, that's kind of interesting. Anyway, you had a question.
No, I was just gonna ask, have you seen this? Like, have you watched episodes
I
1 through
watched
7?
I have now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I watched the first 3 episodes, and I was like, this is kind of samey, and I don't know what we're doing with it, so I stopped.
Okay.
And then she was like, episode 7 was incredible. And I'm like, all right. So I watched 4, 5, 6, and 7 last week.
Mm-hmm.
And so 7 is basically Kane going, I'm going to go away for a while. Be good. Do whatever you want. And then this, what are called NPCs within the circus, characters that aren't actually inhabited by the potential souls or consciousnesses of real people,
Okay.
is like, hey, what's up, everyone? I'm a person just like you. I used to work with Kane, and we were at this computer programming company that was trying to figure out a way to put human consciousness into a digital space, and that's what's happening to you. You've been unlawfully experimented on, and I know a way to get out of here. And I'm like, trap! Holy shit, it's a trap!
It's a trap.
And
Yeah.
then guess what? It's 20 minutes of episode, and it's a trap. Kane sets it up from the beginning to be like, hey, what if we made my prisoners think that there's a way out of here? Oh, there's not. Ha ha ha. And I'm like, no, saw this the whole way through, but completely threw my daughter for a loop. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is more of a show for 12-year-olds, isn't it?
Look, it's got to be someone's first time to be like,
Yes.
that there's a possibility that I could be deceived by characters in the show. Uh, like, yeah, welcome to subverting expectations.
Exactly.
You're gonna
So I
love
just
it.
thought that
I
was
hate it.
funny. Like I was expecting it to be like, and then we reveal what's going on in the real world, and one of the characters actually gets out and like shows us what's going on. That's what I thought was going to happen. No, not at all. More of the same bullshit with Kane. I was just like, ah, lame.
Oh, that's funny.
So that's Digital Circus.
Digital Circus. So I've started rewatching Friends because I figured it's about time.
It's been 3 months.
It's been more than 3 years. I'll have you know. Um,
Right.
I actually don't know why I started. I saw a clip or something. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll go back and give the first episode a go or whatever. But as time keeps moving forward, I keep noticing more things that are just like, oh, that's going to be really difficult to like. It's going to be culture shock for a new, younger audience to go back and rewatch this for the first time. There's always something new like that because time is linear and it keeps moving.
What?
Would you like to know the wildest thing that I noted from episode 1 of Friends?
The pilot episode of Friends.
The pilot episode.
Do they have the one where naming convention already
Yeah,
in episode 1?
Yeah.
What's it
Yeah.
called?
I can look it up for you. Let's see.
I mean, you just watched it. I figured maybe you would have noticed.
I'm already on to season 2. It's the one where Monica gets a roommate, aka the one where it all began.
Right. That makes sense.
Yes.
Premiered on NBC on September 22nd, 1994, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all.
Yep. Would you like to take a guess?
Of what?
What the huge
Threw
huge cultural shift, the thing that would be very difficult to explain to people today.
So
It's
just something that is a reality in the 90s that doesn't happen today.
yes. Kind of. Yeah.
Oh.
It's very personal to you, if it helps. Like, I was thinking of you when I saw it.
Me as an American or me as in me?
¿Por qué no dos?
Oh. I mean, the thing that always comes to mind is, did somebody enter the airport and not have to go through security and go right to the gate?
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing that
That's
happens
it.
at the end. It's not in that episode, but that's the thing that I
Oh,
did know.
okay.
I did know. But yeah. No,
Yeah.
okay. So in this episode, the very first episode, Rachel like runs away at the altar, leaves her husband to be there. Says she doesn't want to like be a trophy wife. Goes to live with Monica, right? Begins her life over again. The next day, she is out looking for one of those job things and manages to get laughed out of 9 interviews. She managed to get 9 interviews in a day. Yeah.
That's awesome. That, I mean, I guess it's better than not getting interviews, but it's still terrible.
Right.
It's a
Yeah.
lot of rejection.
Yeah. And she's college educated as well. Like
Yeah.
it's confirmed that she went to college and got a degree, and I have no idea in what.
What kind of jobs is she looking for?
I don't think they really say at the start. Like she's just looking for anything. But she's qualified
Just
for nothing.
walking into
apparently.
office buildings being like, hey, I can be vice president of sales.
Maybe. Yeah. So I thought that was interesting. That at once
The
upon a
90s were a different time for the job market. Yes, very true.
once upon a time, you could get 9 interviews in a day, the day after deciding to uproot your entire life and need to get a job.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why all the boomers are like, if you need a job, just go to the place and introduce yourself to the boss and shake his hand and look him in the eye and tell him you need a job and he'll give you one.
Yeah,
Like,
offer
well,
to work
yes,
for free.
It kind of did work that
for
way
a week.
sometimes back in the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day that did happen every once in a while, but not really anymore. No,
Not so much. No.
no. Yeah, I mean, not to get too deep into it, but I just keep seeing both sides of this argument. Like the employers are also complaining about this.
Okay.
Like I keep seeing posts from people that are like, "Well, I'm a hiring manager, and I interviewed 6 people this week for a job, and none of them had any personal skills at all. They were all blank stares and one-word answers, and didn't know anything we were talking about." And I was like, "What the hell is this?" And I'm like, "Well, okay, yes, if that's happening to you, yeah, that's terrible. Good golly, who are these people? Where did you get these space aliens?" But then other people are like, "I've been looking for a job. I have 600 job applications in the last 2 years, and I can't get a job." So
Right. I do. I every now and then I see like a. It's Gen Z after millennials, isn't it? Gen Z are like refusing to even apply to jobs if they don't have the salary listed, right? And so I'm wondering, it's like, and Gen Z stare is like also a phenomenon where like maybe it's these people, and I don't want to be like Gen Z are just they're this new generation, they're all fucked and we can't understand them, and they're gonna break
Aristotle.
and they're killing the avocado industry or the napkin industry or some shit, right? I saw one today. I saw one today that millennials aren't buying enough diamonds. It's like,
Yeah,
fuck you.
yeah.
But maybe they get that like the system has produced people so fed up with the system, even just trying to get into it, that they're going into interviews being like, "So where do you see yourself in 5 years? Hopefully with a job." And it's like, that is the not personal skills you need in an interview, but it is a blank, honest answer. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this could be happening. Absolutely.
It's probably a pretty sick feedback loop, if I had to take a guess. Yeah. So
yeah,
it's interesting.
it is. It is. When does she finally get a job?
Oh, I think at the end of the episode she gets hired as a waitress at the coffee shop that they all go to, and she is terrible. And she gets her first paycheck, and she's like, "Who the hell's FICA? Why is he taking all my money?" And everyone looks at her paycheck and goes, "Yeah, you can totally live off this." And then all reach for their wallets and start tipping her because it is not a lot of money she was getting because she's a bad waitress.
How long is she a waitress? I haven't seen many episodes of Friends, but I feel like she's a waitress for a minute.
She's still a waitress in season 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not like a couple episodes and then she finds something else. She's there for a while.
She does like continue to have like side plots where she's like, "I got an interview today for like a shopping assistant, and I really hit it off with the sales manager. And, like, turns out we were in the same sorority and blah, blah, blah." And then she's, like, waiting by the phone and gets a call that she doesn't get the job. And then, like, she's like, "Oh, well, you know, maybe if something, hello?" like the manager just, like, hangs up on her. It's like, all that personality connection we had in the interview is gone the moment that person didn't get the job. And, like...
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that hasn't changed.
No.
That's still how it is.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yeah.
Whew. Positive podcast today, I gotta say. It's all sorts of positive vibes, everything we've been talking about.
So positive.
Some Warhammer games announced.
Hell yeah, there is. Let me pull up Steam, because I have them all wish listed.
Dawn of War 4 and Total War Warhammer?
So Dawn of War 4's been, like, known it's coming for a while.
Okay.
And it's funny because, like, there's the main Gabriel Angelos, I think, is the character from the other Dawn of War games, that they were like, he's not going to be in Dawn of War 4, he's too OP. He can do a backflip in Terminator armor, it's not right, we can't have him.
Too silly.
He's too... No, they use the term, he's too overpowered. And then they put the lion in it. Like, he's in the trailer, and it's like, we're going to have a Primarch.
Yeah. Primarchs aren't overpowered at all.
No.
That's cool, though. I like that idea.
Yeah. Maybe they just meant overpowered for a Space Marine. The Lion makes well, the Lion's old. Remember, he's so old. He's not overpowered anymore.
Yeah, he's murdering 47 Space Marines at the same time, and he's like, man, I can feel it. I'm not as fast as I used to be. And I'm like, okay, man, first of all,
Yeah.
you're fine. You're doing great.
You're doing great. Yep. Really looking forward to that Dawn of War. But the other one is Warhammer Total War 40,000.
Yeah.
Which people have been wanting for ages, for a long, long time, given that they have Total War Warhammer, which is Warhammer Fantasy.
I don't know what Total War is. I need to do some.
It's a
looking for
grand
it.
strategy, like I want to call it a 4X. Is that the right term?
I don't know.
It's like Civilization, but Total
It's
War.
like Civ?
Yeah, it's like a Civ-esque kind of game. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
interesting. I thought it was okay. I haven't played Civ either.
Neither have I.
This is the
I'll be
problem.
honest. Neither have I.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's grand strategy for sure.
So my understanding from Civ is like it's not so much about the battles. You just kind of like have an army and then you throw it at someone and then you win or you lose.
Mm.
You just A move effectively.
I think that is true, but you can, if you want, get into like the battle and micromanage squads of
Oh.
units, right?
Oh,
But
okay,
the generally the better strategy is just to have such an overwhelming military complex that you can outnumber and just like
A move.
hand wave and like skip to results basically, and then
Okay.
just
Okay.
have the grand strategy political maneuvering along like the continental lines or whatever. I think this one's going multi-planet, so it's like systems where you can like build your empire over systems and use those to reinforce your armies on specific battlefronts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Again, we've got a couple of screenshots and some pretty rad cinematic trailers.
Yeah, which will be not representative of the game at all.
At all. No.
But by golly, we have them.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, never played a Civ game in my entire life. Never played this style of game in my entire life.
No. I'm getting a lot of advertisements on Instagram for Warhammer 40k Dark Heresy, which
Okay.
is Owlcat Games, who make the Rogue Trader game that we like.
Yeah.
The next one they're doing is called Dark Heresy, where you get to play as like a warband for an Inquisitor, and you go and do some stuff, right?
Okay.
I'm getting a ton of advertisements being like, pre-order now. Real fans don't just play; they own all the cool shit and support the devs. I'm like, either you guys are desperate for money, or this game's coming out much sooner than I imagine.
Right.
I hope it's not desperate for money because I have already bought the highest tier possible, like the collector's edition with the statue,
Right. Of course.
which
What
not
is the
shipping.
statue?
It's of a Kroot.
A Kroot. All right.
It's kind of cool. I kind of wish I got the Rogue Trader one because that's of the Navigator lady, and she's kind of awesome. So I wish I had that, but they're not shipping to Australia, so I had to put in Aki's address, and I'm gonna have to get her to ship it to me, like I did with
man.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. So it's gonna cost me like another $700 in shipping.
Holy smokes! Really? I hope not that much.
That's like how much the fucking Final Fantasy VII motorcycle model did. Yeah, I mean that thing's like this. It's huge.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be
I remember
less.
that saga.
Yeah,
Okay. Neat.
but also I'm also sitting here going like, but you guys have 2 more DLCs. Why are you releasing those, sir? Why are you working on? Why are you advertising the next game? You have 2 more DLCs that won't come out till like September next year.
Yeah. I don't know. What Bethesda announced Elder Scrolls 6 like 10 years ago before they had any intention of ever working on it at all? Because game studios do this, man.
But Bethesda has like millions of dollars. They can
Yeah.
afford to do that while they put out Skyrim for 4 more times between then and now, right? Well, these guys are worried that they're just like gonna run out of the money and not make either, you know?
fair. There's a Skyrim port for Switch 2.
Yeah, sure. I like that.
And it doesn't run well. How? How, Bethesda?
One, I think putting, like, if there's a new console, putting the game out on that I don't care about. I don't consider that to be a re-release. Like, that's not the new special edition or the limited edition or the God, I can't even remember the dipshit's name. The guy who's the face of Bethesda.
Todd Howard.
Todd Howard, thank you. The Todd Howard edition. I don't like. Sure, put it out on the new console. That doesn't bother me. It should run though. It should run.
Right. It shouldn't be suck.
Is the Switch 2 weaker than a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360?
Well, it didn't run on the PlayStation 3 very well either, to be fair.
To be fair. Weaker than an Xbox 3. Wow, people have... It autocompletes. People have searched for this before. Oh, it's defaulting to Nintendo Switch, the original. Okay. Which even then, the Switch came out well off the 360, and the fact that it's only a little bit more powerful, apparently.
Yeah. No, man. Look, okay, so here's how this works. There's PC gaming for games like this, where The Witcher 3 looks great if you spent $800 on your video card, right? Then you have the PlayStation port for The Witcher 3, and it's like, oh, this makes me sad inside. And then there's the Switch port of The Witcher 3 that is even worse.
Yeah.
This is the hierarchy of this type of game where they're going for some kind of realism. The Switch is not made for this. The Switch is made for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it boggles my mind that they even got Cyberpunk running on Switch, like, at all.
Yes, I know. That's another example. I need to look this up. I need to look up somebody's playthrough on Twitch of them playing
Cyberpunk on a Switch.
On the Switch and just see how bad it is, because I must know.
Well, here's the thing. I'll at least, I don't know, attempt to play devil's advocate for this, which is modders have fixed the game, and maybe they were able to pull down a working version mod and put that on Switch.
Like, it's not as incredibly demanding on all of your hardware anymore.
Right. Yeah. The draw distance is the end of the barrel of your gun. But it works.
Night City is constantly shrouded in very dense fog.
No, it's just perpetual night. And there's a power outage. It's Night City after all.
It kind of forces you into a stealth gameplay loop because you can't really do anything at distance.
It turns out if you crouch, they'll extend it by 5 feet. Yeah. Because you move slower, so they're able to...
They can keep up.
Yeah.
This makes perfect sense.
They took out all vehicles from the game. You have to walk everywhere.
Cyberpunk.
That's great.
Good stuff.
In other video game news, the Game Awards were a thing.
Oh, they did happen. It's true. I did hear something about that.
Did you hear that Claire Obscure Expedition 33 swept the awards with 9 victories?
Expedition 33. I did hear that, and Silksong fans are pissed off.
Lots of people are
so
pissed.
mad. Also, Dispatch fans are very mad too.
Yeah, that's true. I hear both those games are great. And just because Claire Obscure won awards doesn't mean they should feel bad or be mad.
I agree.
I actually think Claire Obscure got snubbed. I might be one of the few people in that category who's like, they won 9, they should have had 10, because Battlefield 6 won Best Audio Direction, and I can't imagine what Battlefield 6 is doing differently than Battlefield 5 in its audio direction. And that is primarily the argument for why things like Silksong didn't win art direction. It's because it's basically the same as the last game. It's great, but Claire Obscure is new, and it's interesting, and it's different, and that gives it an edge in all categories, I think.
I think it should have beat Battlefield on anything. Battlefield is old and tired and boring, and it's on revision 6, and this is a brand new thing, and it
But
knocked it out of the park.
this
I'm
is
with you.
on this is on revision 33 though.
Revision 33.
Yeah, I mean,
Heyo.
look, I don't mind if a game is on revision 6. If Final Fantasy 15 did gangbusters last year or this year, whenever it came out, and it deserved awards, it should have won them. All right, I don't think that's a problem, but I just
I do. We can disagree.
we can disagree. Final Fantasy, at least every game is something completely different, right? Like it's a different world, different characters, different
That's true.
scope. They're using
That's
the
true.
same themes and like a lot of core elements stay the same. But Battlefield is your guy with gun. Go shoot other guy with gun. Um,
Right.
what?
Here, have a knife.
Have
There's
knife.
a helicopter sometimes.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
jet. I'm gonna watch clips on YouTube Shorts of guys doing jet dogfights in Battlefield 6 and jumping out and boarding the other guy or shooting a rocket then getting back in his own jet all day. It's great,
So cool. Yeah.
but should not have gotten best sound design.
right.
Yeah.
Still running Pillars of Eternity.
You are.
Goodbye, Pillars of Eternity.
Are you enjoying Pillars of
Okay.
Eternity?
It's good.
Oh.
Do you want to get into that now, or do you want to keep talking about Game Awards?
I don't really have much else to say. Everyone else won awards. They were cool. I had a conversation with Aki about Megabonk for best debut game. They were like, "Hey, I've made games before because it's a one-person studio, so this isn't my debut game. Take me off the list." And Aki's point was, everyone who ever's worked at a game dev studio has made a game before. But just because it's like Sandfall, the people who made Clair Obscur, all those people individually have probably made some sort of a game before. But this one counts as their debut game because reasons. But this person had
It's
to
the studio's debut game, yeah.
right. But this person who is a
Right.
one-person studio is like, this is my first game on Steam, as far as I can tell. I looked up, but they had themselves removed from the category because they felt like because they had released other tiny indie games that they shouldn't have been on there or eligible for the award.
Yeah. I don't really care.
I mean, neither do I. But
I'm just saying, yeah,
but,
I'm just
like-
saying it's intentionally left vague so that people will talk about the award, right?
probably to a degree.
Probably.
But again, this
Because like the Game Awards weren't like, hey man, like this isn't your first game. No,
No.
he had to do it.
yeah,
Yeah. Right. Game Awards don't care.
they don't care. But like, should he have removed himself? Like, is it reasonable for a one-person studio to be like, when they put out their first major title, be excluded when other people put out their first major title, just because that they group together as a studio? Like, if this person got a single partner to do art design, and they called it something else, like them as a pair, the Falcon Paladin, our game studio, and they put out a game, does that now count as that person's debut game? Like,
Right. Right.
where's the line?
I think it's a weird award in the first place for something like developing a game. It's
Probably.
like first race ever run. It's like, really? Why? Like, why do we care? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about, like, let's say Formula One, if we have an award for people, like, who did the best on their debut race, like, this is the first time this person's ever gotten behind the wheel of a Formula One car, and they came 16th, let's give them an award.
Yeah. Yeah. Just why does it matter? I don't think it matters. I don't look at that award and go, wow. I go,
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, my perspective on Superbonk is that he didn't have to do that. And if he had just left it in the category, it would have been fine and nobody would have cared.
Because he wouldn't have won anyway.
Maybe he would have won. That would have been cool.
You think he would have beaten Glare Obscure?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Oh. Yeah, there's categories on here where I'm like, why do we need a best ongoing game?
Yep. Agreed.
Also because I'm just always going to be bitter about No Man's Sky getting any kind of recognition. And it won. But yeah.
They still releasing updates to that thing? Like
Apparently.
they are. Man, that guy's name is Sean, right?
Yeah.
Sean still feels so bad about the initial state of the release of his game
Uh-huh.
that he is letting the guilt drive him a decade later to keep doing this. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's still a game where you fly around and look at stuff and mine and inventory manage, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Because that's my thing. Reddit's like, new update to No Man's Sky. And I look through and I'm like, yeah, it's still the same game. Cool. Like, I still have no interest in this thing.
I think the core concept of the game isn't likely to change.
Pirates, right? You could add pirates.
I think they have ship combat. Like I think there are enemies who fly around and you can like fight the get into dogfights and stuff.
So at least there's I didn't know there was that. So at least there's that.
Yeah, there's base building now. And then to build
Yeah.
that base, you need to go around and look at stuff and mine and inventory manage to have the right parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more of a can you please present me with a story kind of a guy than here's a sandbox, make your own story kind of guy.
You're not interested in being offered 18.6 quintillion uniquely procedurally generated planets?
Absolutely not. Not in any way, shape, or form.
I'm quoting Jack Swearingen, which is a great
What a
name.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From New York magazine, biweekly magazine. Yeah. You can procedurally generate 18.6 quintillion unique planets, but you can't procedurally generate 18.6 quintillion unique things to do.
Right.
Yeah, which I think pretty accurately sums No Man's Sky up for me. Yeah.
And Starfield.
And Starfield. Is that game?
Same thing. You can have 18 quintillion uniquely generated planets, and none of them are interesting. Good job.
Our bet's about to run out.
We have a bet?
Yeah, have you not looked at our shared calendar for a year?
About Squadron 42?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that all the time.
It runs out on the 2nd of January next year because we had a bet that
I forgot what the purpose of this was. I thought it was just trying to see if Squadron 42 had come out yet.
I believe I said I think Squadron 42 will come out in 2025 because it was supposed to, and you were like, there's no way. So we set up a year-long calendar event, and it's been there every time we look at the calendar.
It makes me sad every time.
But yeah, it'll be gone.
Yeah, there's no way it's going to be out by January 2nd.
Oh, 0% chance.
Why did you believe it would?
I don't know. I think they said they would.
I thought they were talking about 2026.
I don't remember.
So it was announced at CitizenCon 2024. And officially 2026 remains the goal year.
Then why did we have a calendar event for
I don't
2025?
For all of 2025, I don't know.
Because it's been a huge pain in the ass to look at this thing.
I'm sorry? I could have removed it if you'd asked. I don't think we need it there, honestly.
Here, I have an article here from August 25th that says Chris Roberts projects Squadron 42 release next year, as we've just talked, but Star Citizen will release in 2027 or 2028.
Great. That's fantastic, Chris.
Do we want?
Maybe we intended. Like maybe you intended to say it's coming out in 2026 as they promised, and I was like, no way. And that's what it was supposed to be. But then this calendar event for 2025 doesn't make any sense.
So are you saying we're gonna have to put the calendar for next year, for all of next year, to make sure to like double?
No, I think we'll put something on December 31st, 2026.
Okay.
And then we'll check it then.
Honestly, I think if Squadron 42 comes out at some point during next year, it'll be a big enough event that we won't need a calendar.
Yes.
But
that is true.
You
But
should-
if it doesn't, we might need the calendar event.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Let's update the calendar a bit. Here we go.
Yeah.
Is Squadron 42 out running on 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. every day?
Every day. It's this thick orange bar that runs across every week on a calendar.
Mine's blue.
Mine's orange.
Okay. So we go to December 2026.
Mm-hmm.
The 31st. And we make an event. Is Squadron 42
Out.
all day event?
All day.
Yes. Nope, it's not right.
Oh, there it is. 6 p.m.
All day. All day. There it is. Perfect. Crushing it.
Perfect. No notes.
Okay. Glad I could improve the quality of your life just a little bit by removing something that I put there.
Honestly, getting rid of that was my New Year's resolution, so I don't know what I'm going to do for next year.
Excellent. Oh, man. All right. So that's that. Squadron 42.
Mm-hmm. Did you want to talk about Pillars of Eternity? Did you have any
Pillars. Yeah,
Because
I do.
I caught like the last 20 minutes of your stream where a man recounted the vivid memories of war crimes.
Yes. Super war crimes. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
In a world where I don't think war crimes are a thing,
Right.
you can still feel bad about things you've done in war.
I'm talking explicitly about war crimes from our perspective.
Yeah. No, I know. But I'm just saying it's interesting to note that even in a world where it's not explicitly outlined what a war crime is, this guy is still feeling incredibly bad about the things.
Right.
So inherent morality still exists in people absent of external forces declaring it to be so.
Yeah.
In video games, anyway. Yeah, so Pillars of Eternity. It was a Kickstarter project by Obsidian.
Mm-hmm. It's an Obsidian
Back in,
game.
2015. They were like, so we would like to make a new RPG, but our publishers are like, no, we're not going to fund that because we don't think RPGs are popular anymore.
They're not a live service.
Right.
Yeah.
So they set up a Kickstarter goal. Where is the number here? I had it. I thought it was just on the page. It was something like $2 million, and they got like $10 million out of it.
Obsidian started a crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter, raising over $4 million. It doesn't say how much they asked for, but they got $4 million.
Here it is. I found it. Yeah, so they asked for 1.1 mil, and they got 3.9 mil.
Nice.
So usually when this happens, and someone's goal on Kickstarter was way over budget, then it doesn't work because it screws up the whole thing. But these guys are a professional game development studio, so they figured it out and actually put it out. So good job on them.
Yeah.
Excellent work there. That's not usually the Kickstarter story.
No.
Yeah. Anywho, so these guys know what they're doing. It's an interesting. I've never done an RPG that tries to implement concepts of real time before.
Okay.
I've always done turn-based RPG games.
Mm-hmm.
So this one is real time. If you just let it go, it'll be like, bad guys are hitting you. What do you want to do about it? And it's like they're still hitting you while you're thinking about what spell you want to cast, and it's like
Obsidian
kind of hard to do at first.
Obsidian gives you a way to like pause the game and queue commands or something, right?
Yes. If you press spacebar, it will pause for you even in combat. So you can be like, all right, stupid spell wheel. What do I want to cast and where? So I've been doing that. Today's playthrough, I had a bunch more of that. The first one, I was struggling so much. But yeah, pausing. I'm kind of turned it into a turn-based thing anyway, where after I've gone through my list of what do I want each of my people to do, then I give them a second to do it, and then I pause, and then I queue up the next round of things. So I'm basically turn-basing it as it is. It's not as clean as that, right? because the enemies are definitely just doing whatever the heck they're doing the whole time, and it's really chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's fun. The combat is nuts.
Mm-hmm.
I was dying a lot, but now only my casters die, and my tanks are surviving, so that's good, because as long as anyone survives, you're good to go. Everyone just gets up at the end of combat. You don't have to res them or anything.
Oh, that's convenient. Yeah.
Super convenient. Crazy good. I had a battle today where I was fighting a bunch of spiders, and everybody died, except for the dude who has a rifle, and it's a really slow time to attack because it's like this old ball and powder rifle where you have to like put the bullet in and like stuff it down there and then do the thing and then raise and fire. And I'm like, come on, man. I need you to kill this last spider or we're going to have to load from our last save.
Right.
We've got this spider like, rah, rah, rah. And he's like, when he takes him out. And I'm like, yes, okay, good job, dude.
Fair enough.
Yep. Writing is good. The writing is good. Like, there is so much just good, talented writing. I don't think I've played a game with this good of writing in a long time.
Really?
So that's nice. Yeah, the dialogue, the descriptors, like everything that's going on here. It's just someone who knew what they were doing was in charge of this.
Okay.
So that's excellent. The voice acting is good, but it's weird. Like, you'll have a conversation with a character, and the first 3 lines of them are voice acted, but then the 4th one isn't. But then the 5th one is. But then the 6th one isn't, and the 7th one isn't, and then the 8th one is. And I'm like, what? How?
Gotta optimize.
How is this done exactly?
Gotta optimize the budget somehow.
I know, but I would rather put the money towards fully voice acting one character and not voice acting another character than spottily voice acting 2 characters. You know what I mean? It's really jarring.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't
No.
conceive of a great reason why, other than that they wanted to give a little bit of flavor to every character by having a voice actor give, like, at least opening lines to give you, like, this is what this character should sound like in your head.
Right.
But
And if it was like an opening line to give you that and then it wasn't voice acted, I'd be like, okay. But it's like, intro, nothing, hey, they're back. And I'm like, what?
maybe you forgot what they sound like between that line and this one.
The other thing that chat was saying is maybe they had people come in and do their voice lines, and then later on in the process, they're like, oh, we should add some dialogue here.
Also,
and they didn't want to bring them back, or they didn't have the money to bring them back.
It entirely possible. Yeah.
Yeah, that one I think makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
so that's good. Matt Mercer does voice acting. I don't know this man.
Okay.
Because I've never watched Critical Role or any of the other games he's in. I looked at his resume and I'm like, I have never played anything this man has been in my entire life.
Really? You've never played anything?
But I know about the things that he's in. Right.
Because he's in like a ton of stuff. It's like saying
I know.
Nolan North voices something. You know, this dude's in everything.
Yeah. Yes.
You've never played World of Warcraft?
Okay, fine. What's he doing in World of Warcraft?
He is General Vezax, Hallion, and Captain Drock. Those are 3 characters.
What are the years there?
2004.
Oh man, he's vanilla Warcraft.
Yeah.
Who's General Vezax?
I don't know.
Horde, I don't know him.
It doesn't, like, this Wikipedia does
He's
not
the 12th boss encounter in Old War. Nope, never went that far in Old War.
Okay.
How about Hallion? Hallion is main boss of the Ruby Sanctum. Oh, okay, that one. Okay, fine. I have done a boss fight that Matt Mercer has voiced back in 2008.
Okay, 2004. Or did you play it in 2008?
Well, they say 2004 for World of Warcraft, but this was actually from the Frozen Throne expansion in 2008.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He also voices Rexgar in Hearthstone, and others. I don't know who others are, but he's others.
Okay.
In Warlords of Draenor, he was Kilrog Deadeye.
Okay, so he's all over Warcraft then. That's fine.
He's done work
Guilty
in
Gear.
League of Legends. I know you're a big fan. Fallout 4. Did you not play Fallout 4 at all?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Xenoblade, no. Fire Emblem, no. Mario and Sonic at the 2016 Rio Olympic Games, no. Overwatch, no. Mighty Number 9, no. This list is amazing. Titanfall, no. Final Fantasy 15, no. Kingdom Hearts, no. Like, his resume is so long, and I just never play anything that he's in except apparently for World of Warcraft.
No. You've definitely played with him in another one. He is your favorite barbarian in Baldur's Gate 3.
No way. Okay, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, so, you know,
Minsk. Good old Minsk. I do love Minsk. Okay, that's it. That's the one. That's the one that I know him from. But he's not doing, like, a recognizable him. You know what I mean?
Right,
Minsk
yeah.
is a very specific other character.
He has a very strong accent, and it's not Matt Mercer's just talking. Yeah.
Right. He's done some Demon Slayer dubs.
Yeah, dude's done
I don't do dubs.
tons of stuff.
Yeah. He got into the Batman Arkham games after I stopped playing them. He's not in Asylum or City, but he's in Night and the one after that.
Yeah. I believe it.
This is a list.
Dude's prolific.
Resident Evil, Dead or Alive, Soul Calibur, Guild Wars, Aliens, Colonial Marines.
He's Vincent Valentine in the Final Fantasy VII remake, right? Yep. Which is funny because there's a clip of him reacting to being told that he's Vincent, because they had him come in and be like, so we're going to have you do background character number 6. Here's your script. And then after like 2 pages, it was like, this is an awful lot of dialogue. And it's like, yes, I'm Vincent Valentine. And it's him finding out then that he's got like a lead role.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Anyway, Matt Mercer is in Pillars of Eternity.
Yeah. So he plays an elf named Aloth, who's like a pretty standard kind of prissy British elf. But in combat, he goes into a really strong Scottish rogue accent sometimes.
Okay.
And it's like, what the hell? And it's never commented on, at least not yet.
Interesting.
I don't know what's going on with him. Yeah.
Split personality brought out by PTSD and trauma in combat?
Yeah. Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Again, no one even asks him about it. Like, I cannot be like, so Aloth, what the hell? It has not come up.
Fair.
It's a fun character to play, I imagine, though. I'm sure he's having a great time.
I'm gonna quickly check and see if he's like listed as having 2 different voice actors. Like, they managed to get someone in to do like some other stuff, and it's just they got Matt Mercer, and then after that they got his non-union Scottish counterpart, you know, Matthew Mercer. But I don't see anything here on the wiki that's being like, and he was voice acted by a different person. No,
Pretty sure it's just him.
it's just him.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, I had 2 separate people come into the stream and be like, hey, I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a character that you're going to meet soon that has somebody you probably know. And I'm like, okay. And I meet Aloth, and I'm like, that was cool. And they're like, you don't know Matt Mercer? And I'm like, no.
Right.
Major blind spot somehow.
Apparently. You should watch the Critical Role, the Mighty Nine show. I mentioned to, it's okay. Like, it's not like amazing. I think it's doing actually like some things worse than like just watching their D&D game, because it's like, well, the characters move at a much more believable pace when you watch them for 4 hours for 50 weeks, right? Like, they're not in episode 4, here is my grimdark backstory, right? You get like bits and pieces, and it's a bit better that way, but it's not bad. There's I think it's like episode 5 where you get this character Caleb Wintergast's whole spiel, like his shtick and like his backstory, and it's pretty brutal and pretty enjoyable. I thought like that episode was really neat. Again, I knew what was gonna happen essentially, or at least what we were gonna get revealed, and I enjoyed it. And Matthew Mercer was the DM, so he's voicing like 8 people in the animated show.
Right.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
yeah. Anyway, Matthew Mercer, good guy.
That's the guy. He's doing great. Very successful.
So, anything else with Pillars of Eternity?
I was noticing today that I don't know if I've just played too many RPGs or if they're just kind of using some RPG tropes, but I'm noticing some things were like, okay, they did this because this is what you do in an RPG, right?
Like?
Like you go to this kind of beachfront area and you find these scattered notes of this guy who's like an explorer who came to this area whenever before you, and how everything's going terribly for him, and like there's these monsters here, and the people told him this was a great beach, but no, actually, there's these ziplips here, right?
Okay.
Is that what they are? What are the little things?
Sourgan?
No.
Okay. It's the...
Anyway, so as you're wandering around the beach, you just find different pieces of his notebook that have been scattered to the winds and everything that's going on. And then you find him, and he's dead because he was not equipped for this adventure, it turns out.
Turns out. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. And it was nice, but it just feels like this is how you add flavor to your world in an RPG. I could feel the hands on it, and I was like, I don't know if this is their fault or if it's, I've just done this enough that I can't help but see the strings.
We've all followed breadcrumbs left on a beach to lead you to a dead character somewhere. Yeah.
Right.
100%.
And again, the writing is good, and it's entertaining, and it's very fun. If it was done poorly and it was a trope, I'd be like, all right, screw this game. But at least they executed it well, so I can't be too mad about it.
Fair.
Yeah.
I do kind of get to a point when playing those games from like, why is everyone leaving journal note pieces everywhere? Like, how many people really are sitting around to journal every 20 minutes on an adventure? I get that, like, along ye olden days, people had lots of time to journal, and like, I've been watching some videos about what the YouTuber describes as the American creation myth, which is like what really happened when the Pilgrims came over and like all that stuff. And it's like, turns out we have a lot of firsthand of accounts from Pilgrims because they took journals, like they wrote journals. So I guess lots of people do, but I just don't really buy it that like where that's like just on the brink of like industrialization or whatever. People having lots of paper and ink, okay, it makes sense. I'm playing a game where it's like, and we're in the Bronze Age, and everyone's writing lots. I'm like, there aren't this many people in the world who can read, Yeah.
That's a hard one to swallow for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is, this kind of breadcrumb trail thing is cheap. You don't have to hire a voice actor. You don't have to animate anything. You just put stuff on the screen, and your player clicks it and reads it, and then there's a dead body at the end. Like, really cheap to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So I thought I had played Pillars of Eternity. It turns out I've got 0 hours in it on Steam, but I do own it.
Yeah.
So that's interesting.
So similar to my journey, I've owned it for 5 years. I have 4 hours in the game in 2020 May. I played it for 4 hours. I have saves in there that I loaded up, and I was like, I have no idea where I am. I don't know who any of these people are.
Were you a paladin? Did you check your character? Because maybe it was like one of your kiddos playing it.
I mean, the name is Falcon, so I think it's me.
Yeah, probably.
Pretty sure it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not many kids like to role play as their dad. No offense.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. But yeah, so I was like thinking maybe I should continue my save. Then I got in there and I was like, nope. No idea what's going on. And then I started a new game and I was like, none of this is familiar. Not a single part of this is ringing any bells in my brain. It's the weirdest thing.
Don't know.
Maybe there might be randomization in it.
You reckon?
Because 4 hours into the game, I had a party member in my original save that I have not met in my playthrough that I'm 8 hours in now. I have no idea who it is.
Maybe there is.
Maybe it dumps in different party members you can pick up on different playthroughs, which would be a cool way to add some replayability to your game, certainly.
For sure.
Like maybe instead of a loth hanging outside the tavern, it's a dwarf or something that you can pick up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the dwarf is ooh, that'd be interesting. And then the dwarf is voiced by Matt Mercer, but in the holy Scottish rogue accent, except when they're in combat, and then it's a prissy elf. And that's the joke.
I would like that.
I would like that. I hope that's what they did.
That would be very funny, because that's the kind of thing that, like, people would sit there digging through their save file, trying to figure out why this elf has two different things. And, like, you only get the joke if you start another game. Right?
And get the RNG drop that it's this character and not the other one.
So it's like the kind of weird Easter egg that nobody would ever find for ages on their own.
Totally.
That'd be great.
That would be cool. And that's the kind of a thing that an RPG studio would want to put into their game to increase the replayability, right? Randomization of events, quests, maybe.
To a degree, yeah.
I mean, ideally, what you'd want to do is create a game that is endlessly replayable because every time you play it, it is something entirely new, right?
Yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't have to be randomized. You just let the player take a different approach, and they get something entirely new. It does it with very little randomization outside of, like, dice rolls for whether or not you make a skill check. So it can be done.
They don't even have randomized items. Like, every item in every box is the same item in every box in every playthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I guess, I mean, maybe not everything is different every time you play.
Just a couple of set things, maybe.
Yeah. Like, maybe there's a quest that's available in playthrough 3 that's not in 1. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be a really fun thing to find.
Yeah. You can go mad on, like... This quest only comes out if you've done 69 complete playthroughs. It's like, is that worth anyone unlocking? Will anyone see that?
That's too much.
Right,
certainly.
But what else is too much? 10 playthroughs? Probably.
I think rewarding a second playthrough is the bar at this
Rewarding
point.
a second playthrough makes sense.
And then the other thing is, if you do that on the second playthrough, guess what? People are going to play the third playthrough and the fourth playthrough. You know what I mean?
Well, they'll only play the fourth if something different happens in the third. And they'll only play the fifth if, again, something different happens in the fourth and then the sixth. So do they get to 10?
And I think even if something's different in 7, at that point you're like, yeah, I get it. There's different things. I've done this enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For some people,
I think two makes sense. 2 playthroughs. Because otherwise you're just like, even if it's like there's only like a handful of different things, 90% of the content will be the same, right? And even if the content's slightly different, the motions will be the same because you're still playing the game the same. By that point, you know how you want to spec your characters, what gear you want to get for them. I can't see anyone playing past 3 playthroughs. Like, I remember Mass Effect, like, BioWare released the statistics of, like, how many people beat the game X number of times and stuff. And it was, like, 40% of all people did play, like, 6 times.
Like that's a big number. I'm surprised.
That's from memory. It could be more, it could be less. But it was, like, around that. Like, people replayed the ever-living crap out of the game to see, if I do this way, does that affect this thing over here, rather than it being random.
How do I keep Tally alive in this mission?
Right. Yes. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes sense. I mean, that's one of the promises of AI too, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what the developers have talked about wanting to do.
Yeah, no, I
Is
can't.
that you go into an RPG or you go into any kind of a game, and yeah, it is randomized. You have different characters and different quests, and the world is different, or maybe it's growing and changing,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because every RPG has you show up at the first town and everything kind of sucks, and then you try to fix it, or maybe you do fix it and then you move on,
Mm-hmm.
and like it would be kind of neat if next time you come into the town is fixed, right? Things are better. You do see the effects of what you did
Yeah.
on the world that you're in.
I feel like, I mean, if you're doing a game with like a time loop aspect, that could be really great. To be like, oh, so the first time around I fixed the town and now I'm here and the town's fixed, but now they're suffering from success in some way and there's something for you to do.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But I think if you're writing Pillars of Eternity and you're like, I've got great writing and that's what people are taking away, you don't want an AI coming in there being like, all right, let's randomize it. So all the great stories this player just doesn't get because we randomized it. And it's like a dice roll that this person is now
Right.
stuck taking sandwiches to people in the mines because that was the only quest the AI decided to give them. You know?
Yeah. That's true. And I haven't seen AI being able to write at an elite level before. It can get passable, but that's about it.
That's about it.
Yeah.
So while I haven't played Pillars of Eternity, I have played one of Obsidian's other games called Tyranny.
Mm-hmm.
It's another CRPG like Pillars of Eternity, but they do this thing right at the start where there's a mini game, a choose your own adventure kind of story where it details like year by year the events of a tyrant overtaking the last peninsula on a continent, and then he basically has world domination. And you are a fate binders, I think is what it's called. And so you get to like choose the decisions about how this little campaign goes. And there are two armies that can't remember what they're called. I've got the wiki open here and I'm like looking for their names. I'm like scanning through and I don't remember it. But one is basically, I think it's called the Chorus, and they're like a horde of wild well, not monsters, but just like they have no discipline. They just like round everyone up, even like the defeated from like the village they just beat, give them weapons and be like charge, right? And then the other
Yeah.
one are the favored, and they're like super disciplined, super prepared. We do drills 10 hours a day when we're not fighting. We have proper forged armor, and like they're two armies, two generals, and you get to choose like which ones go where, and like just resolve disputes between them. And
Okay,
so
that's
you
fun.
so you play this little mini game across like the map of the world, and then you get to jump into the game, which sets like another couple years later. You're there to be like, hey, we've got some like resistance popping up here. Go crush it. You have the authority basically of the emperor, and you now have to navigate the societies that have basically been set up by the way you dictated the story to go.
Yeah, your decisions, right.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
It's very cool. I've replayed the opening several times and then maybe played like 10 hours of the actual game. I never finished it because I just, like, that opening's really cool.
That's a cool idea, certainly.
So, when you're done with
When did
Pillars
that one come out?
2016.
Okay.
Yep. So, after Pillars of Eternity, but before Pillars of Eternity 2.
Right.
Yeah. Also, can I just say something I hate about Steam? Or it's not even Steam's fault. It's absolutely Microsoft's fault. But if you're on Pillars of Eternity page and you see, hey, developer is Obsidian Studios, and you click on it, it takes you to Xbox Game Studios because they're like, no, all Microsoft things lead back to Microsoft. I just want to see what else Obsidian has made.
Yeah. What's on Steam that's an Obsidian title?
Yeah. And then you go to like lists because they have lists, and it's like, do you want arcade, side scrollers, role playing games? That's probably a good bet that's a lot of Obsidian. And
Yeah.
Halo and shooter and family friendly and Age of Empires. But like, just let me sort by developer.
Right.
Oh,
Agreed.
great. Role playing game. 3 or more items hidden due to your store content preferences, which I have explicitly set to show me everything, and nothing else. So there's 3 hidden items hidden, and I can't see anything else. Great, thanks. a lot.
Great.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dean. That's amazing.
So I can't even search by Obsidian Games and find other things.
That's what Wikipedia is for.
It is, yeah. Anyway.
Did you see the new trailer from Larian? Divinity, right?
Yeah. Divinity something 0 or something. I've got it on my Steam wishlist actually because I can search for them. I am excited to play that.
The trailer was like, okay.
I haven't seen the trailer. I just know the game is coming.
Yeah, I think it's just called Divinity. I
Yeah.
think it's Divinity anything right now. They could change it, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah. Are you gonna watch the trailer? Purposely not.
No, I'll watch it at some point.
Okay.
From what I heard, it was like, hey, this cool trailer came out for Divinity in the Game Awards. I'm like, can I get a timestamp in the Game Awards VOD? And like, no. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's on YouTube. It's
yeah,
all over the place.
It is now. When I heard about
Yeah.
it, it wasn't. Yeah, but I do know that they had like some big gruesome statue out in like the Mojave Desert. Did you hear about this?
Nope. No.
Okay.
Larian did?
Yeah, for Divinity. There was this big statue out in the Mojave. Divinity statue Mojave. And nobody knew what it was for. Right? It's just this big, grim, dark statue of like skulls and stuff. Skulls and crazy things. I'll see if I can find a photo. No, that's a 3D rendering of how they made it. I don't want that.
I found it.
Yeah, it's probably not that hard to find. And nobody knew what it was for. And then at the Game Awards, they were like, "It's Divinity. Larian's making another Divinity game."
Yeah, that's cool.
Which, keen to play.
Totes. Baldur's Gate 3 is a good time.
It is. You haven't played Divinity Original Sin or anything?
No.
No. Also good games.
Mm-hmm. That's what I've heard.
I would play through Divinity 2. If you wanted to play that. If you wanted to play
yeah.
It's a Larian RPG. So
Yep. I know what it is.
Yeah. So it's a little more Pathfinder than D&D, but Pathfinder is D&D 3.5 with a painted coat of paint. So
right.
You know.
Right. Yeah, maybe after Pillars. Give that a shot.
Yeah, for sure. Cool.
Yeah, trailer's cool. I mean, trailer's effectively like...
You can spoil me, I don't mind.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what exactly the message is they're trying to send. Because for certainly they're like, this is a mature rated game. This is for adults. This is not for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, what about Baldur's Gate, right? Like, I'm thinking about Baldur's Gate 3.
When they were like, you can fuck a bear.
Yeah, but like, sort of. You know what I mean? It's not like graphic sex and people's entrails hanging out of their mouths and you know what I mean? It's not like over the top in any way.
There's a little bit of that, I feel like, when there's like, oh hey, we're at the Mind Flayer base and you're walking along like fleshy floors and blood pools and people being strung up. And that's the opening level.
It is, but I mean
like,
that's kind of an abstract concept. You know? Like, in this trailer, they're like, hey, here's a giant wicker man being wheeled into the town square during this celebration.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, cool. And then it shows you there's someone inside, like chained inside. And then they set it on fire.
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay, this is where we're going with this.
Right.
Right?
It's a little less fantasy.
Yeah. A little more like, I don't know. I've been thinking about this sometimes where, like for Cyberpunk, right?
Mm.
It's like this is a mature rated game. It's going to have all this kind of mature themes and murder and sex and
Hmm.
all this nudity and stuff, and it's going to be only for adults, and kids really shouldn't be anywhere near this, right?
Hmm.
And then I'm like, but is it really though? 'Cause-
Like, you can get swords coming out of your forearms and disembowel people with them.
yeah, but that's not necessarily the way you have to play it. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
The basic way of just like shooting people and their heads explode is just very much first person shooter stuff that's been around since 1994.
sure. Yeah.
Right? And yes, there is some nudity that you can experience, but it's like a tiny part of the game. It's not like there's nudity constantly all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, so the opening level where you rescue the chick from the bath, she's nude. And then
Right.
after that, you do everything with, I can't even remember his name, your homie, who dies.
Jackie.
Jackie, that's his name, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he dies, and that's pretty, like, dark, like an adult, to be like, oh, let's just process that our best friend just died, and we watched him die, and our choices explicitly let him die. His,
Mm-hmm.
his and our choices, not like you, the players necessarily. But, like,
Right.
and after that, you do the game is pretty quick to be like, hey, go hang out at like Moxie's bar to find Judy, and it's like, oh, okay, we're just at a strip club. The game still sends you to a lot of those things,
Yeah.
and it's like, hey, go walk through Chinatown and see all the Joy Toys and all the stores where they're just like, walk in and look at our 6 foot tall dildos.
Right. Right. Very true.
You don't have to experience a lot of that stuff. Like nothing, no part of the game is like, hey, rent one of the Joy Toys.
Right.
But you can.
Or use the dildo on yourself, right?
I don't think I don't think the game will let you do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, it is still with its aesthetic, at least. Uh, it's not. It doesn't have a very real feel. It lacks a verisimilitudinous to it. Is that what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying? That the
I think
Divinity
so.
trailer is? It like exudes like a heavy weight to it, where you're like, oh, this feels like we're really burning a person here, and that's a thing
Yeah.
adults should be tackling, rather than like, haha, I punched him so hard with my gorilla fist that his head popped off.
Right.
Or there's a
Yeah.
clown with a grenade for a nose. Real
Yeah.
side quest. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is.
Yeah.
And it's a fun side quest, but
It
it's a
is.
very video game side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it. What I think I'm coming to here is that certain game trailers attempt to sell the gamer on an aesthetic, on a setting, on like you said, on a verisimilitude of the real world,
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't commit to it when the game comes out,
Right.
right? And this has happened enough times now where I'm like, all right, Divinity, that's a kick-ass trailer, but
Mm-hmm.
but I
But
still feel like we're going to be chasing someone's pig through the forest in the first couple missions. You know what I mean?
we should absolutely play Divinity 2 Original Sin and see what you think
Okay.
about Obsidian's writing in that game.
Okay.
And how you feel.
All right.
Yeah.
Deal.
For sure. For sure. I definitely know what you're saying, though, because it's like Fable, a world that you can watch grow before your eyes, and you get to decide the fate of the world, and it's like, oi, chicken chaser! For the
Yeah.
first 4 hours of the game. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And I mean, with Cyberpunk, part of the problem too is the open worldness of it.
Mm.
It's like, oh, you've got this chip in your head and it's killing you, and it's this really dark, like, how much time do I have left to live? And then you spend the next 4 years effectively running around Night City doing whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. I've got
And every once in a while, you're like, oh, my vision is blurry and I'm coughing up blood, and then you're fine, right?
that stops for a while, because I did like a semi replay through of Cyberpunk this year, and it's like, okay, Johnny's in your head. He's gonna kill you. And which pills do you take? Because Jackie's girlfriend gives you both. Do you want to stop Johnny taking over? Do you want to like accelerate it so you don't have to suffer? Big moral
Yeah.
choices. All right, so I'm gonna spend 4 hours exploring the map. I'm gonna help Delamain get his cars back in line.
Really fun quest. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do every cop mission there is, and you know,
Oh yeah.
raise
Well,
my
Kako's
streak.
gonna call.
Yeah.
I'm doing whatever she wants me to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get every car that's out there. Yeah.
Oh, they actually changed how quickly you can get cars. It was really strange because I played for like 30 hours and I hadn't gotten a single text message from a fixer being like, "Let me sell you all of my cars." You
Right.
know, I. It was really strange, but yeah, it's like, okay, I'm gonna go around and explore everything I can. I'm gonna individually punch every Maelstrom guy in the face because I can.
Right. Fuck Maelstrom.
Yeah, because I've got
Yeah.
40 years to live, and this pill does not matter. Because
Right.
you don't even have to take either. There's no option. Like, it's not in your inventory being like, hey, you should take one of these, you know, and live out the story.
Right. Right. It's never anything they actually did anything with in the game.
No.
Even after all the revisions and the fixes and
No.
yeah. And again, I think part of it's the open world, right? Witcher 3 has the same problem. Oh no, your daughter Ciri is being chased by the wild hunt. Holy shit, she's gonna die.
Hey,
and
can we
you're
play
like, I'm gonna
Gwent?
play Gwent with everybody in the entire continent constantly.
Yeah.
Baron needs help finding his family. I have time for that, right?
What's that? A monster's eating villages? Oh, I better go
Oh.
have this scene in a bath. You know, that everyone
Yeah.
will play 5 times. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but I go track it through the entire forest for 3 days and then get it to its lair and take it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I guess what you're saying. I get what you picking up what you're putting down.
Witcher's not bad with tone, though.
Hmm.
I'm not sure there's ever a moment in the game where I'm like, this is silly?
Yeah,
Or like too light?
it definitely has a
Maybe I just don't...
like the art direction really leans into being like everything feels serious because it's not like you're ever suddenly like, oh, neon lights and people's trying to sell you things. The background of Cyberpunk is very much like, hey, consumerism's bad, but
Consumerism. Yes. But here's all the consumerism.
right.
Yeah.
You will spend a insignificant portion of this game looking through your inventory and being like, can I buy a better gun? Also, buying things is bad. You know?
Right. Right.
yeah.
Or does this hat look better on me or does this one?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I would say of the games that I've played, I think The Witcher probably does the best job of being like, this is a real world.
Okay.
And everything kind of sucks. But like, this is where we are. You know, we got to make the best of it.
I don't even know how to measure like this is a real world. Like I would default just say Baldur's Gate or Clair Obscur both made me feel like real worlds. Even though I know Clair Obscur is explicitly, even within its own context, not a real world. Spoilers if you haven't played Game of the Year, Clair Obscur.
What a twist.
I absolutely love those two games. I don't think I could pick between them. That said, Baldur's Gate is set in D&D world, and like the Sword Coast or whatever it is, they've had books going back decades to like write and flesh out and figure out how that world works and like where Baldur's Gate is and how the city works, and all they had to do was essentially fill it with characters.
Yeah.
Some of which they already had, right?
Like Jaheira and Minsk.
Yeah, I was thinking more like people like D&D references, like Morton Kanan. Did you hear that? That was my keys on the other side of my table falling off by themselves.
Gravity. How does it work?
How did they get from the table to the edge of the table?
Ooh,
My
ghosts.
table's not on a tilt. I hope. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So Witcher 3.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I don't know how to think about it. That might be one too. Yeah, kind of a big question, huh? A big thing to look at
Oh,
for each game.
I do also think that if I dig into my childhood, Final Fantasy VII felt like a real world to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I absolutely love that game. We'll go to bat for it at any point.
Right.
So levels of realness and like Final Fantasy absolutely has moments of silliness where it's like, hey, look, we put a dog in a sailor suit and made him walk on 2 feet.
Yeah, we dressed up Cloud as a girl. Yeah.
Right. It has its moment of silliness, but there's no point in which I looked at that world and been like, this just doesn't make sense. Like, what do you mean Shinra built a giant gun facing another continent for the lulz? It's like that. Yeah,
Right.
they built a city on top of a city because they could. This is absolutely what a government with complete control and way too much money to do does.
Right. Right. They're gonna do dumb stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Is that it for video games, or do you have more?
I think that's it for video games.
Should we get to books?
Let's get to books.
Book.
Yeah.
We read. What did we read? This is your job. What did we read?
I mean, the title says we read Above and Beyond by Denny Flowers.
Which is true. That's the only book we read this week, right?
Completely, yes.
Okay. So while we initially had planned to do last week's podcast at some point, but things kept getting in the way, we decided to roll the wheel and give ourselves time to read the next book. When we eventually just like gave up and said, well, look, we'll just skip this week, I put the book on the back burner, so I'm only like a third of the way through, not even that, of the next book. So we're just talking about Above and Beyond, and not next week's book, which will be the High Carl's, which we've already spun the wheel, the High Carl's Oath. But I had a thought, and
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it to the end. You just have to remind me about a thing. Okay, so let's talk about Above and Beyond.
Okay.
Because we always do the next book at the end, and I don't want to change the next book until the end, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. So Above and
Totally
Beyond.
fine.
Denny Flowers.
Above and Beyond. Yeah.
Return of Propaganda Simplex.
Indeed. So, due to the choices Propaganda Simplex made in the previous book, he has been buried by the Administratum and is just working on other people's reels and other people's propaganda. He doesn't get to do his own anymore.
Yeah, he's just
He basically
scribes
lives
and
in
looks.
a prison cell somewhere.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Spends all of his waking hours in there working on other people's stuff. And he's kind of come to terms with it. He's like, I probably shouldn't have released my version of how war sucks. That's not what the government wanted. I'm being punished for that.
Yep.
Deal.
Yeah.
Also, going on adventures kind of is terrible.
Yeah.
So
I
have PTSD from all my previous adventures.
He is scarred both physically and mentally from the adventures of his last book, and fully recognizes that, this life of being stuck in a dungeon so deep, the Adeptus Mechanicus won't come down to like look at his tech skull, his server skull. It sucks, but he's kind of like one part at peace with it, another part like punishing himself, I guess. It's like he's carrying a lot of stuff with him. Poor
He
Silex.
is. Yeah, and I do think a big part of it is that he recognizes that his life is not in active danger down here in this cell like it was
Yeah.
when he was having exciting adventures. Right.
It's not actively in danger, but he does recognize the footsteps of anyone else who's not there, and it's like, oh, it's a commissar here to kill me.
Yeah. It's like, well, they finally made their decision.
Yeah. They found
Chickens are coming home to roost.
Yep.
Poor Simplex. He's having a rough go, and pretty much all the time, I think it's fair to say.
Pretty much all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
So the commissar, Tobiah von Schad, Lucille's brother, has come to...
Famed von Shards,
Of
who
the
I
fame-
still think are not actually related by blood.
I think this book kind of confirms that they are, because at one
Okay.
point the ship that he's on is like gene locked, but his interrogator brother manages to get into it with his.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
Good
here's the
point.
thing: he's also a super spy who knows whatever tech he wants in his
Right.
pockets at any given time. So he could have gotten into a commissar's ship any number of ways. It doesn't have to be, but
That's true.
maybe it was gene lock. And
Hmm.
yeah. So he comes to Simlex to recruit him because his sister has sent him a message asking for help, which is, if you remember Lucille Von Shard from the last book, deeply suspicious that she would
She
ask for
is
help.
many things. She is not somebody who asks for help.
And that, and like, we're gonna jump over the plot of the book a bunch, but that is one of the things at the very end of the book. They never let her let slip whether or not she really did ask for help, or whether or not that was a doctored vid, whether or
Right.
not maybe a Pliant put it together with Isaac's help, or
Which is an extraordinarily pliant thing to do.
yes.
Like, that's my headcanon, is that Pliant just did that because
I think she
Pliant
did
is
it.
Pliant.
I think she did it, and her refusing to acknowledge it is just, she just can't, like, especially when, like, at the end of the book where they're there to be like, hello, Mrs. Pliant's mother, I'm sorry about
Yeah.
your loss, and when we finally get the title of the book, he went above and beyond. I'm like, oh, the it's I feel like Peter Griffin. Look, he said the line, it's Superman quest for peace or whatever. It's a very bad joke from Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
But they have this thing where they're bickering back and forth, but it's all, there's no bite to it anymore. It's all tensionless, and they're like uh telling obvious lies to each other because they both know the truth about each other at that point.
Mm-hmm.
And she's still refusing it there. And so as part of that game, whether or not it's part of it is a question, because she might just be lying because that's what she does. It's Lucille. She's still always going to be an unreliable narrator. But I
Yep.
feel like in that moment, it kind of clues it away when they're both like, oh, I thought you were never shot down. And she's like, huh, yes, I've never been shut down. And like, they're doing that joking where they're obviously lying. So she's also obviously, by extension, lying about not sending the vid.
Maybe.
Maybe it's an interpretation. It's up to each
It
of
is.
us to think about how we want for that. But I think she sent it.
I just. How deep does your psychosis and trauma have to be for you to request some dude you have some rapport with to come help you in a situation you need help with, and when he shows up, to treat him like shit constantly? Like, how fucked up are you as a human being that that is your response?
So she knows she's being constantly watched by Essex eyes.
Sure.
So she has to play the role of Lucille Von Shard. I don't think she's Lucille Von Shard for a lot of the book. There's a bit where she's like, oh, I'm here and the sun's out and I need a parasol because it's bad for my complexion. But she does it to explicitly break up a fight, right? And I think old Lucille would not have cared about that. I think she's Lucille playing the role of Lucille here. She's broken, especially by like the events of the last book, especially like doubled down by the events of this book. But she is just putting on the role of being like, I didn't like Kyle Simlex. I have to pretend not to like him now because
There
Essex
is
watching.
pretend not to like him, and then there is let me dig into the deepest insecurities and fears that you have and just wriggle around in there until you're in so much pain you can't think straight.
She's
That's
also
a different thing.
she's also a drunk and an habitual abuser. She does get him into a fighting pit the first time they reconnect and punch him in the face.
Yep.
I think she's playing
Which
a
I
role
think
and get it
hurts
together.
Simlex less than the things that she said.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because,
Uh,
like, Simlex has a little crush on her. He totally does. Right? To some extent.
To some extent, yeah. I think
Yeah.
he's enamored with her, but I don't know that he's like
Yeah.
willing to admit that that's romantic. In
Right.
any way.
I don't think he is willing to admit it either. No. So he kind of ends it on good terms with her at the end of the first book, right? A little bit. There's a little bit of understanding that passes between
Right.
them for the first time,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, okay, maybe there's a little bit of human connection here.
And then off page, they undo all that by having him
She
get.
undoes all that, yes.
Yeah. Okay. They undo that by having them have a fight, where she essentially steals one of his servo skulls, which, again, the duality of Lucille. It's like, fuck you, I'm taking it, and also it's a good luck charm. But is it a good luck charm, or does it like remind her of him? Right. Which one does like? Where does she put the emphasis of belief for this token? You know.
See, that act is very much girl who likes a boy, doesn't want to admit it, does a thing, right? That's very much, that could be in that vein, undoubtedly, yes.
The kind of boy that you would send a vid to asking for help.
Right. And so poor Simlex is like, am I interpreting these signals correctly? And then he goes, because the commissar drags him there. He wasn't going to go. If he'd gotten the message, he'd be like, I don't know, man. I'm pretty comfy in this hole. The commissar's like, fuck you. You're coming with me. He gets dragged there, and then she treats him like shit. And it's like, what the hell?
So I think if he got the message and the other Vontar shards didn't like intercept it and whatnot, he wouldn't have been able to go because she doesn't know that he's been... Not that he wouldn't be able to go because his own reasons, but because he's a scribe with 0 resources to his name.
Correct. And he wouldn't... I don't think he would have stressed about it. I really don't.
I think he might have, because there's that moment where he's like... He's talking to the commissar and he's like, do I get a choice? And the commissar's like, oh, look at you, wondering if you have a choice in this matter, right?
That was great.
But he's like, could you really just let her die if she's in trouble? And he goes, yeah, I think I could. But I think he's lying to himself. I think he's lying.
I do, but I also think he doesn't have the impetus, even if he had the resources to get out there, I don't know.
I mean,
he's really scarred from his first adventure.
Yeah. Here's the thing. We do know he's in contact with the... Lucille's sister, and he's like playing regicide with her. Maybe he sends a message to her being like, I need a favor. Your sister's asked me for help. Can you arrange anything? So then it's maybe.
Maybe.
I
don't know. It's just the larger point is that I understand Lucille needed to keep things hidden from
Essek.
New Guy.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
She didn't need to dig that deep. She didn't need to go that hard, man. Like, that was bad.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was real bad.
That's all. So here's my thing. I kind of hate Lucille Von Shard. I think she sucks.
Really?
Yeah. I don't find any redeemable characteristics in her at all. And that Simlex has this little thing going on with her at the end is like, oh, Simlex, this is going to end poorly for you, my friend. I know you think it's kind of going all right now, but it is not.
You don't think she has any redeemable qualities? Not even like that she's a great fighter ace and has saved, at this point, 2 planets?
Being a great fighter ace is not a good human characteristic. It doesn't make you a good person.
I didn't say she was a good person, but it's a good
I know.
thing
That's
to
what
like.
I'm talking about.
But being a hero is something to like in a person.
I don't know that it is. If someone's a complete douche canoe and they're a hero, I don't care. I don't like them. I don't care how many lives they've saved.
Okay. So you'd be down for tearing down Lucille's statues that Essek was going to have put up and stuff?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So you're, just to be clear, because I've had conversations with friends about this, you'd be okay with, like, tearing down Mount Rushmore?
On an individual basis, sure. Okay. What are we talking about here? Which one? All of them?
All of them, yeah. Or Winston Churchill's.
Than all of them. Does he have a Mount Rushmore? He has a statue, I bet.
He has statues in London. He's also another like controversial figure because he's kind of a douche-kinner. Yeah.
Right. Totally is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't cry about it.
Fair enough, but you're not gonna
I
call
mean, I
for it.
do.
Either.
No.
Fair enough.
I don't know. Lucille is just constant. And again, I'm not. It's different if she has this like privileged upbringing and everything's fine and she's a terrible person. Like that's terrible. That's like the worst, right? Like you have no excuse at that point.
Uh-huh.
But yes, she's had it super tough the
Uh-huh.
whole time. And her reaction to this has been a lot of trauma and a lot of response of like to lash out at people and not seek connection with other human beings. And like, I get that. I get it's coming from a place of her own personal history.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes it a little bit better. But I still think she could make some better choices sometimes.
So where she like loses me is like like Lucille becomes like irredeemable for me is where she realizes that Pliant couldn't get the servitors to fly the plane.
Because literally no one ever has.
Well,
that was a great moment.
I mean, no one ever has in these books. It's definitely a thing in other books where there's servitors flying planes.
Freaking Warhammer. It's just a great moment where Simlex is like, you thought Pliant had figured something out that no one in the history of the Imperium has figured out? Lucille? Really? Is that what you thought?
Well, I mean,
That was good.
I don't know that lightnings have ever had hard points that take servo skulls in them that can,
Right.
like, I think Pliant's done it before, right? So, like, embedding a servitor to pull the right levers at the right time shouldn't be terribly difficult, right? It's
Apparently it really was in the end.
Apparently, it really was. And so that moment where
Yeah.
we think she's let Pliant go to his death because she didn't show up, and she was like, "It was never gonna work. I just faked my own death. Pliant just needs to be quiet." We're like, "You're a real bitch," right?
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
when she has the bit where it's like, "Oh, Pliant died because I lied to him," right? That finally something she said has gotten someone she actually cares about killed. I think that's the moment where we're like, Lucille has a bit of sympathy to her. And the fact that the book wraps up with them going to visit Pliant's mum and sisters and deliver letters and tell them about how he went above and beyond really makes it seem like Lucille actually did have some empathy for at least one person, right?
At least the one person that everybody loves. Congratulations, Lucille, for liking the one person that everybody likes. Real challenge for you, my guy.
I don't think
Seriously, they're like
I
this
don't-
Pliant guy. Even freaking majors in the military are like, yeah, I know who Pliant is. He's cool. And it's like, what? He's a freaking mechanic. Like he's one dude in the guts of airplanes all day, and like high-standing military officers are like, yeah, Pliant, absolutely, that guy.
the Emperor gets it from his sword. Where's Pliant?
Where's Pliant? Is he okay? Yeah.
So I don't think the likability of Pliant is the point here, right? Pliant being absolutely
It is, though.
golden
Look,
retriever.
The only person Lucille feels bad about harming is Pliant.
I don't think it's
The
because
golden retriever of humans.
I don't necessarily think that it was anything that Pliant was doing with everybody else that made Lucille like him. Like, there's got to be other people, lots of other people on military bases like. I think it's because Pliant got her, right? Like, he understood that sometimes she just needs a target. And
And that's why people like Pliant, because he understands them. It's his superpower. You feel understood when you talk to Pliant. That's his whole thing.
Do you think he's like that with everyone, though? Because we don't see him having a lot of interpersonal relationships. We're told he got along with everyone. Like, he never got into arguments with people. But he only ever see him understand people on, like, a soul-to-soul level with Simlex and Lucille.
Right. But we only get Simlex's perspective. Pliant has a whole other life going on.
Does he?
I bet he's doing this all the time.
No, I don't think so. I think he's deep in the guts of an airship and then, like, handling Lucille as best he can because he cares for her. I think
Right, which is not his job.
I think if we looked at, like, all the other people on the base, I don't think Pliant would care for them the same way he would for Lucille. I think Lucille would drive off every single other person. who tried to do
That's
it. That's a different point.
That's a different sentiment.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's a different sentiment. But
Yeah.
I think maybe his stick-to-itiveness really like got through to her. But I don't think he's
Sure.
doing it for everyone.
I do. Okay, it makes Plan an entirely different character. If he only cares about Lucille on that level of humanity and doesn't care about anybody else that way,
No.
that changes who he is.
I'm not saying he doesn't have human empathy for everyone else, but I'm saying he's not willing to sit around and keep secrets for them and manage them and try to do tech heresy for everyone.
He's not willing to make sacrifices for anybody but Lucille.
That's not what I'm saying. He obviously has worked on other ships and stuff, right? Like when he has a job, he's in the military, he does his orders, but I think at the end of the day, he's not going to landlock's bunk and being like, "Hey, big man, did you get a medal from the commissar today? High five." He's not.
I think he's absolutely doing that. I think he's like, "Hey man, I noticed your pilot seat was wiggling a little bit on your last flight. I tightened it up for you. Just thinking about you, man. I'm doing that all the time."
I think he's doing that for Lucille. I think he's going the extra mile for her.
But again, that's a different. Okay, again, that just changes who he is. It changes him from someone who is a caring, observant person who's willing to sacrifice for other people to he's willing to do this for one other human being in the world.
Just because you go the extra mile for somebody doesn't mean you don't occasionally do it for everybody else. I think he's always there for Lucille. Always. He's there occasionally when it's available, but when Lucille needs him to pull 3 all-nighters trying to make the magic of putting a servitor into a cockpit, he does. He like comes through as best he can. For anyone else, I think he's doing his best until like his boss is like, "Well, we've got some other ships that you need to actually fix." And he's like, "Okay, look, it's just not working. You're going to have to figure something else out. We're going to need to go back to the drawing board, get some other people in here, get a tech priest in maybe, but I can't. Like, I've done my best." He'll be good old boy about it.
Okay, then why will he do this for Lucille and nobody else?
Dunno. Maybe he loved her. Maybe he loved her. He wrote about her in letters. Maybe he figured... Well, maybe he felt like he owed her for getting him his arm back.
Well, he was like that before he got his arm.
True.
Is it because he knows how important she is to the Imperium as a hero?
Maybe.
He recognizes the symbol that she is, and that's why he will help her above and beyond anybody else?
Maybe because he knows that nobody else will. Because she is, again, a huge piece of shit.
Ooh, okay. Okay, I like this. Other regular people don't need him all the time, but because Lucille sucks ass, she needs him constantly.
Right.
And no one else will do it.
Right.
Right.
He's seeing the true face of war and what it does to a hero. Like, he's seeing all the propaganda pieces and all the recruitment posters with her face and going, "That's not who she is." Everyone just sees that, the war hero, the fighter ace, the Von Shard. I see Lucille.
The raging asshole? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's it, right? Because there's 2 symbols of Lucille. There's the public-facing one where she is a war hero and a pinnacle of virtue. And then there's everybody she works with, which knows that she's a giant pain in the ass and they hate her.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And then there's the other Lucille. That's the one that Pliant cares about. The one that's actually a human being.
Yeah.
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 Or maybe he's just a gold digger trying to get into a rich family.
Well, you don't do that. You're not gold digging and then kill yourself in a plane crash on purpose.
Well, that's how it started, but he got attached. He caught feelings, Falcon.
Got too deep in.
Yeah.
I got you.
God, Pliant's such a good character.
He's a great character. Again, golden retriever in human form. I love that moment so much when it's like all these high-ranking officials.
At the court
Simlic
case.
is like, everybody knows about Pliant. What the hell? Like,
I think it was Wing Commander Prophorus who knew about him, and he did work pretty closely with all of the pilots on Bacchus. Excuse me, Bacchus.
Yeah, Bacchus.
Because there was only like 6 left by the end of the book. So they all had to have known each other. I don't think Wing Commander
Fair.
Prophorus is like, hey, Simlex, come play Regicide and have a drink at the officers bar with me.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
How did you like the Commissar being like, listen, generals and admirals and wing commanders, you're going to stop behaving like children. We are here to do a job, and that job is tax reports. We need to go and rescue tax reports from that planet. The Imperium launching a war against itself for taxes.
Yeah.
How'd you feel?
Pretty good.
Pretty good? Good Imperium moment?
Great Imperium moment. I liked all of the archetypes in the Von Shard family, to be honest with you. I really enjoyed Inquisitor Von Shard. I liked Commissar Von Shard.
Mm-hmm.
Just perfectly done. Which is kind of interesting, because like if you write a book and it's an Inquisitor book, then you're like, okay, I got a handle on what an Inquisitor is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're writing a Commissar book, I know what a Commissar is. But if you're writing this book, you kind of have to have a really solid handle on a few different Warhammer Imperium archetypes. And I think he nailed all of it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, not only that.
Like the Inquisitor has a secret room in his ship off his bedroom where he's got a psyker chained up.
That's
awesome.
Commissar. That's the Commissar. The Commissar has
sorry. I mean, the Commissar has a secret room in his ship, yes, where he has a psyker chained up.
But he's doing it to transfer it for the Inquisitor. Like, I think it's like the Inquisitor's like pulling strings, and we've seen it before. Like Amberly Vale's pulling Caiaphas Cain strings, being like, "Dance for me, Commissar." Yep. But the relationship there are two very different ones compared to these Commissar, because like again, family versus Amberly and Cain, who are romantically involved. But again, you've got strong archetypes without it being stereotypes. It's great.
Yes, I think it's really great.
They're really, really good characters. Did you feel sad when the Tempestus died? The one who knew Kyle from Bacchus, being like, you were there and you helped us complete that mission. You proved yourself to the Tempest that day. And like she's pouring him coffee that's like so thick the spoon doesn't move in the
stands upright in the cup.
Again, tiny bits of humanity out of a character whose main job is to be like the dead-eyed drill sergeant, marine super soldier, being like SEAL Team 6 kind of person. No humanity, no empathy, just gonna do a job. As their friends die, they don't blink. But here we get a little interaction with one where she's like, I need you to come in and help me sedate the psycho. You know? Scary moment.
How will I know it's going bad? Well, if you can taste colors, that's bad.
If you can taste colors and the wall starts bleeding, that's okay. If you feel like your dreams start to kill you, then we're in trouble.
Man, it's so good. It is good writing. It really is.
It's fun.
Very fun. The Ogren character I thought was interesting.
Landlock. Yeah, protect the propagandist. That's how he talks in the books. He's just like...
Yeah. But that's the line, right? Protect the propagandists?
Yeah.
Because what I love about that is his whole purpose in the book is effectively to do what the new propagandist wants him to do. And to keep him safe. But then as an Ogren, he's having a hard time with the fact there are two propagandists running around.
And
his imperative is protect the propagandist. If there's one in front of me, I should protect him. It's great.
It's great. But I think it's kind of implied that like when he's trying to like finally punch Simlex and Essex, like, do it. What are you doing? He's like, the other voice in my head. It's implied like the Eldar have maybe psycho-indoctrinated him to protect Kyle for reasons, because they can see the skeins of the future and are like, well, if Kyle's alive, we need him to do a thing, so we need to keep him alive.
Right.
So that's what he's been doing, but it's supposed to be, like, again, the archetype of he's a dumb Ogren. He is fooled by the Commissar with a shiny fake medal, being like, yes, you've done such a great job guarding the entrance to this party. I've come to give you a medal. And he's like, oh, thank you, Commissar. And then it's like, great, now I'm going to go inside and tell everyone else what a great job you're doing, not letting anyone in. He's like, go right ahead. So you're given dumb Ogrin, but then it's like, no,
Yeah.
plot twist, it's Eldar fuckery and witchcraft.
With an Ogrin brain, which is easy to fuck with.
I really like the line where Essex like, yeah, he's actually a really good yardstick. If he can understand it, 90% of our audience also will.
That was good too.
Oh, that was so
Have
funny.
you noticed we've been talking about this book for like half an hour and haven't mentioned the Aldari bad guy at any point? Like, even in passing?
Because the plot...
Because he sucks.
Yeah, it's like...
He's a reading vaudeville villain who's like, oh, ha, ha, I'm here to destroy you, Lucille von Schad. And it's like, okay, really? Is this all you are? Yeah, it's all he is the whole time.
Kind of, yeah. I mean...
Weak.
He is a bit hero, a bit villain. He's not a hero.
Yeah.
He's there to do a job, and that job is to theoretically kill Lucille because a Farseer maybe told him to, and like that's it.
Right.
It works in the book. Like at no point was I like, oh great, now we're gonna have another aerial dogfight where someone gets blown up by an Eldari ship that they can't see, right? Like the combat still has tension, and I know that there's an Eldari villain who's doing things, who can hack into the feed, and he's reading all this,
and he villain monologues constantly.
Right.
Like 6 or 7 times in this book, he gets a villain monologue.
It works, but I have no desire to or really care for him in the story. It's like, okay, we're here fighting the Imperium, but there needs to be a bad guy pulling the strings, so here's the Eldar doing it, you know?
I don't think we needed it at all.
You don't think we needed it at all?
Uh-uh.
I think the Eldar helps pull in the ending with the book, where like the Inquisitor shows up. It's like, oh, a webway gate, right? Like you need some like, especially with like if that's the third book, it's like, hey, the Tau are a problem because the eyes, they have like this technology and they're not Eldar, but they're definitely Xenotech.
Right.
So my guess is Tau, and the third book will be Tau, and it's like
Makes sense.
Each book has had the Eldar. Didn't you say the same thing where it's like, oh, maybe the Eldar caused the fall of Bacchus and we didn't need that?
Right.
Right. So what I'm getting is 2 books makes it a pattern, right?
Yeah.
Where and there's actually secretly an Eldar mastermind behind it all. And the third book will be revealing that, hopefully, if it's a trilogy. Or maybe it's a quadrilogy, and we're going to have another book, and then another book, and then we finally get the Eldar.
Yeah, maybe.
What if we get like 6 of these books and they all end with a single Eldar having tried to do something to cause the downfall of an Imperial planet, but there's never a resolution as to why?
And you know what it is?
What?
It's because some Farseer was like, hey, you gotta do this for your future. Because that's all the fucking Aldari do. Like, I am so tired of Aldari's only motivation being some Farseer said I have to do this for my future to be secured. It's like, okay, but again, you've seen other people do this, right? Like, you've seen other people try to control their own future by doing a thing, and it never goes as well as you think it's going to go.
Well, I think the issue there is it's not always for that person's individual future. It's for the future of the craft world, or
sometimes it's that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the reason Gulliman's back is because the Eldar were like, well, hey, Farseers are saying we should go wake up Gulliman. We should go do a thing.
I know. It's not a character motivation. It's really not. Like, somebody saw a future and they said, doing this thing will help bring about that future is just, you're a automaton at that point. You're doing something because someone else told you to do it. I don't like it as a character motivation, is all I'm saying.
I feel like we don't get, like, I can't even tell what this guy's name is. I'm pretty sure we get it.
Right. We do. I have no idea what it is.
So I don't think it's necessarily a character. It's a motivation. I don't know that it's a character motivation. But if we had an Eldar book where the characters are at conflict of, like, we need to go do a thing, but I don't want to do it, right? But the Farsi is going to go do it, and I feel compelled by society to go do it because I have to be the one to do it because the Farsi says so. That could be really interesting.
That's a little better. Yes.
Like when we read the Mechanicus books, where they go and find the Breath of the Gods or whatever, the Eldar there are like, we keep
Yeah.
killing Monkey because the Farseer is trying to like secure the future where her daughters exist, and she's just like,
Yes.
I keep killing these goddamn Monkey, and my daughters are getting further and further out of my grasp.
This is
That's
exactly what I'm talking about.
that's great. I like that.
But that's all it is with the Eldari lately. Is some Eldari chasing some future and it doesn't work out for them every single time. It's not like chase the future, did the thing the Farseer said, boom, future secured, awesome. It never works out like that. Maybe
Well,
there are books where that happens, but I've just never seen one.
Well, I would argue that there's a moment where in the Mechanicus books, the gods of Mars, as I
Yeah.
remember in those books are called, where the Farseer s- like has a moment of introspection where it's like, how come no other Farseer foresaw this happening and had to do anything? And then she goes, oh, well, hold on, maybe they did because I'm here, right? Farseers are also apparently also doing this to each other, and her personal scrying into the future didn't work out, but her being there and failing actually allowed another Farseer to be successful in getting their future.
Sure. I think part of this is my inherent dislike of time travel, which is kind of in the same page as what
Sure,
future
yeah,
seeing is.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's a big fate issue.
Yeah. I mean, thinking back, like the Rogue Trader, Erlit, the Eldari,
Yeah.
I don't think she had any of that. I don't think she had a single time where she was like, my future must be secured. I must do this thing. Right? She has goals and she has things she wants to get done, but I don't think it's ever because some Farseer told her to do it.
I think there's a moment where we meet a Farsi who's like, "Come back and I can show you your future and stuff."
Yeah,
and
there is.
you get to be with her and be like, "No, I don't
Yeah,
want
right, right. That's awesome. Let's do that. More of Erlit.
to." More of Urlit. That'd be great.
Yeah,
Also good. Also good. They can be both.
also good. Sure, they can be both.
They can be both. I think where the Eldari prophecies really work out is more of a codex thing, where you get to write 4 paragraphs about how the Eldari assassinate a world leader, like a planetary governor, and a certain successor, so that this other successor who is really competent is raised, and then they are able to use the Imperial world as like a bulkhead against a Tyranid invasion or something, right?
Right.
Because now they've
Yep.
got their shit together. That
Yeah.
makes sense and is really easy
Yeah.
to communicate in a paragraph. A book is a little harder.
Yes.
A little harder.
It is.
It should be doable, but I haven't read
It
many Eldari books, so
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just wondering how prevalent it is. And I get it. From a storytelling perspective, it's more boring if Farseer says, do this, win. Like, that's not a story, right?
right.
That's really bad. So to fix that, they go, oh, well, it's not working for a while. Why is that, right? And then you
Right.
can explore that whole angle of it. And I understand why. But
I
it
think-
just feels like they're all doing it.
I think it also ties into like the Eldari is a faction. Their theme is faded glory. Their empire has fallen. They used to control the galaxy. Now they don't. And now they're scrambling to see the future to hold on to what they have, right? Like they're not
Right.
This, and so you can't have them like win a bunch and have this be really, really effective, because why you just start raising questions like, well, why didn't they foresee their own fall 10,000 years before it happened and work against it the entire time, right?
Yeah. Dude, the return of the glory of the Eldari Empire in 40K would be insane.
Insane and really bad. It would be
Probably, but insane.
it would be insane because like the last time they rose to that height, they murderfucked Slanesh into existence. Like
Yeah.
it would just tip the
And they
balance.
all really regret doing that.
They all really regret doing that. Yeah,
Yeah.
most of them regret.
True. Not the Drukari.
Well, they kind of do, kind of don't. They're like,
Right. I think some Drukari regret it more than others.
yeah, I think a lot of them are so self-obsessed. I think again, it's hard to draw that line between obsession and hedonism versus like the Drukari's need for sadisticness, that like they feel so intertwined that you feel like the Drukari are just Slaanesh Eldar, but they're really kind of not. They're doing it to keep Slaanesh away.
Right.
But you look
Right.
at everything they do and go, how does that not empower it?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I
it's
don't know, man. Slaanesh is crazy.
Slaanesh is crazy.
Oh, so on that same tone,
Mm-hmm.
is the Eldari villain in this book a Drukari?
No, as far as I'm aware,
Because he's like leaning into like enjoying the suffering of others enough that
oh
I'm like,
right, yeah,
there's a little Drukari in here.
Well, he
But as always, our Imperial characters are like, I don't
don't.
fucking know. It's an Eldari.
Right.
We don't care.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know the difference, and I don't want to know the difference. That sounds like the
Yeah.
kind of thing an Inquisitor comes and talks to you about. Yeah, I don't know. So he definitely is like, hey, come, I've got your Lucille's brother. Come get him, or I'll start flaying him. But he doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually have him. He's just bluffing.
True. True.
I think
There's a couple times when he's villain monologuing where he's like getting off on the suffering of.
I think he's trying to rile up Lucille when he's doing that and being like, ha ha ha, look how mustache twirling evil villain I am from a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yes,
be-
totally.
Because when we meet the other Eldar, who is an Eldar and definitely isn't a Drukari, he's
Right.
like, oh, here, read this out. And it's like phonetic Eldari or whatever. And like,
Right.
oh,
Right.
God, you butchered it worse than like the Emperor's children.
That was great.
He says, like, when he finally reveals what it is, he's like, I said some home truths and maybe his role in the Farseer's like plans.
Yeah.
So Drukari all shun witchcraft, like heavily, and
Okay.
I think Farseeing falls into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough then.
So
It's just a mustache twirling, being as villainous as possible, non-Drukari Eldari.
yeah, so it turns out that when the Drukari at the height of their empire were hedonistic, BDSM enthusiasts, right?
Yep.
They could be into suffering without Slaanesh and without being Drukari.
Fair.
So, cool.
Cool. Good job, guys.
Good for that guy.
Well, you reminded me of the Eldari who's hanging out with our Inquisitor bro.
Yeah, that guy. Yep, who's just like,
That guy.
why don't we just jump out the window? And they're like, we're 4 stories up. And he's like, yes, but you just land on that shingle there and then jump to that drain pipe. And then it's only a 20 feet drop. It's fine. And they're all
Parkour!
like, we can't do that.
Dude, I love that Inquisitor Von Shard is like, Simlex, come with me in my ship. Okay, cool. Hey, I need to take care of something real quick. You hang out with this guy who's in my retinue. I'm not going to tell you anything about him. He's like, okay.
He's like,
And dude's like, let me just fuck with this little human. Just
just a bit.
make him fear for his life. Maybe piss his pants a little bit. Like, for no reason. Like, what the hell, man? Leave Simlex alone.
Yeah, that guy's...
Back and he's like, oh, did you mess with the new guy a little bit? Come on, man. That wasn't cool.
Because he's like, oh, I guess I'll just sit in the cargo bay. And he's like, no, come sit up here with me in the pilot's seat. Take the co-pilot's seat. And he's like, he's like slowly pulling back his hood. And he's like, oh, shit, you're one of them. and,
Yeah.
and then the
he's so
seat
scared.
starts, like, constricting him. And he's like, oh, please, what the fuck? Are you going to eat me, dear Eldad? Please, no. Oh, it's very funny.
Poor Simlex. He does not have a good time in either of these books. Not
No.
at all.
Not at all.
Which I think makes him a good character. I like him a lot.
I just really hope the next one he's like in a good place.
He's on a beach somewhere.
Yeah, he's on a beach.
He's like working on a tan. Drinking a mimosa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's just the beach episode of Simlex and Lucille.
she hasn't like gone back to the bottle and started beating him,
Right. She's been clean for like 3 weeks.
I feel like Lucille's the kind of person. If you asked her how long she'd been sober for, she'd have to look at her watch. You know,
Yes. Yeah.
4 hours. Wow.
Wow.
Is it after
Totally.
midnight already?
No, she's at the point where if she just goes cold turkey, the hangover kills her. She is at that point without a doubt.
For sure.
Yeah. So we could do beach episode book, but then because it's a Warhammer book, then the Tyranid invade. I think that's what we'd have to do. They're just on some random world, hanging out, having a great time, and then a third of the way through, right when the reader's like, "What the hell is this?" Tyranids.
Tyranids come from the sky, so they run down into the mines, and then there's Necrons. That's
Yeah. And then it's Necrons versus Tyranids, and it's super cool.
and they spill so much blood. Cornate berserkers spill forth from the warp. You know, next thing you know, you've got a full-on Black Crusade hanging out there. You know,
And then an orc wog comes out of nowhere.
yeah,
A Hulk comes into the atmosphere.
attracted by the massive scrap going on. Warbus Uthak Mega Cannon comes and brings his wah. Yeah, yeah.
Somebody has wrote this. Somebody has written this. One of the authors just like had a good time one weekend. It was just like this story.
I'm not gonna lie. We've basically just described every Kane book to a degree.
Some level.
On some level,
Yeah.
it's just a
Yeah,
Kaifa's
yeah,
Kane
yeah.
book.
You're right. You're right. Very fun.
Oh. So,
Man.
do we have anything more for Above and Beyond? 2 thumbs up, 1 thumbs up? What would you rate it?
It's good. I hate Lucille, but I mean, I think that kind of makes it good.
Yeah.
He doesn't make it bad.
She's
Yeah.
a very unenjoyable person, but a very compelling character because of it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
kind of what you want from fiction. You want conflict. You want drama. So she
Mm-hmm.
gives those in spades.
100%. All of the conflict, all of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the bit where her brother Tobias von Jard is like, "Dear sister, let me give you a hug," and she's like, "Oh, brother, let me give you a hug." Knee to the groin. Steals plasma pistol. Threatens to shoot self unless given a plane.
Classic Lucille.
God, you need therapy, lady.
Or the scene where they think she's crashed, she's been killed by the Aldari, but it's Pliant. Mm-hmm. And then she's like hiding out in the gardens, just like crouched behind a rock. Like, what the hell, Lucille?
And she's like beaten half her face off to be like, and shaved her head,
Yeah.
beaten her
yeah.
face so she's
like, nobody will
unrecognizable.
recognize Lucille von Shard. I'm hiding behind a rock just in case, though.
And
She's not trying to get off world. She's just like huddling in the dark.
I don't think she can get off world. I
I
think
don't think so either.
I think at that point she's literally going to just drink herself to death. I think that was her plan.
Totally. Yep.
To like wait and let some tithe monger stab her. For
Right.
oh man, the Layak, the god that they've got here. Great, interesting culture where it's like we worship the emperor as like an underwater sea god.
Yep.
Yeah, great. Tiny little snippets of that they're all just ragey monsters who believe you have to get many kills in battle before the emperor will let you sit at his table.
Right. I mean, they're effectively orcs because if they're not fighting, they're not happy. But they're there because the new propagandist says they look good on film.
Right.
Like, the commissar's like, who the hell brought these guys to a siege warfare? They're the worst possible option for this.
Yeah. And I love.
Oh, it's good.
I love when they're talking with the propagandist about like all the footage they get from the catacombs. It's like, how will we ever use footage of flamers in tunnels, burning people alive, and our troops covering themselves in blood of the essentially regular people that they killed?
Random innocents that they're massacring.
And the Imperium just goes, we'll find a use for it. Right? And I feel like in that moment, are we supposed to think Essex a piece of shit? Because he's like, yeah, I can snip this vid together with something else, splice in.
Yeah.
He literally says, like, we can splice in someone like kidnapping a child or something. It'll be fine. and is like,
He's like, we can get the audience to accept this kind of behavior from our own troops if the enemy is bad enough.
right. Is that Essek being just a piece of shit, or do you think this is like Imperium 101? Because the Imperium's a pretty bad place, and I could buy it, but I feel like in the moment we're supposed to just think Essek is a vulture of vid films where he could like eat anything. Both? Think it's both?
Both.
Yeah.
I think the Imperium's like, sweet, we can use this. And I think Essek's like, you are absolutely right. We can use this.
But
He's on it.
But the problem is, Simlex is like, I would never use this. I would never film
Yeah.
this.
Yes, because Simlex has different opinions about what should be going on here, and Essek doesn't.
Yeah, but I feel like they're both very imperial, right? Like, is Simlex just the sheep out of, like, he's the black sheep?
Released an intentionally inflammatory piece of propaganda he knew the Imperium would hate.
Right. Was he was just naive then. He was just naive.
Oh.
He was so. I like the Eldari. He's like, you're so naive. You're on the road to cynicism. In fact, you probably think you're at the end, but you've got a long way to go. You know.
That was good.
Just so much toying with Simlex. Poor fella.
So much. Poor Simlex. I'm telling you, beach episode.
Beach episode. Yeah.
Beach episode. All right. I think that's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got? Okay. So, we were going to read The High Carl's Oath, right?
We were?
We were.
Okay.
I'm going to change
What
it.
am I reminding you of?
Because you remember how Era of Ruin came out and it was this anthology to wrap up the Siege of Terror, and we're going to get, like, some closure on some stuff there?
And then it didn't give us any of that?
It gave us a little.
A little.
A
Fine.
little, right?
You're
Gave
right.
us a little.
You're right.
So-
You're right. Now we're going back to Isfan 5?
We're not reading Drop Site Massacre. I'm not gonna
I know we're not reading Drop Site Massacre. We're definitely not reading Drop Site Massacre. Okay?
It's a book I'm going to read on my own. I get that. So, when the Horus Heresy ended, they were like, oh shit, we got to do another series called The Siege of Terror. The Siege of Terror ended, and like, oh shit, we got to do another series called The Scouring. They've released the first book in The Scouring. And so, since it is episode 400 next week, and this book has just came out, and I just noticed that the audiobook's also out, I was thinking we go for... Shit, what's it called? I had it in my head literally a minute ago, and now it's gone. It's by Chris Raitt.
Okay.
What? I downloaded it. Why is it not downloaded? God damn it. I was hoping it'd be right there. Ashes of the Imperium.
What's that?
It's Ashes of the Imperium, book 1 of The Scouring.
Oh.
That's what the book's called.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Deal. So do you want to... I can probably swing both books this week.
I would say we just put off Hard Carl till the week after.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't want to talk about 2 books.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You can tell it's new because it's not $9.99.
How much is it?
$13.99.
Oh, did you send me a receipt and I'll comp you the $3?
No, it's fine. I have Amazon points. I'm good.
Very nice. Yeah, the hardcover is only $56 instead of $140. Like, people haven't bought out all the stock and reselling it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So, I believe what we're gonna get in this book is Guilliman and Dawn being like, how should we run the Imperium with the Emperor on the chair?
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely not dead. 100% not dead.
No, definitely
on
not.
The chair.
Definitely not dead at this point. Just
nope. 100%. Nope.
Incapable of talking.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, except telepathically, apparently.
Well, he doesn't. Okay, we know that.
Oh, wait. So he does in 40K when Guilliman comes back.
Yeah, but he doesn't like. Again, the scene where he talks to Guilliman, it's not like he has a coherent conversation. Guilliman is apparently in there for 3 days.
Yeah, and he catches snippets.
And he catches snippets and phrases and words and images.
Yeah.
So he does not communicate psychically in like conversations like this with anyone.
Yes,
Like
I know.
he even right now, right after he's put on the throne, it's maybe he's a god who sent you a vision,
Right.
and if you interpret it right, maybe you're doing the Emperor's will.
Right.
Even here. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just saying, you don't even get snippets? Like,
No.
Goldman doesn't go to see his dad and he gets a snippet conversation?
I don't think the Custodes let any of the Primarchs into that room right after he's interred. You know? They're like,
Yeah.
one of you bastards just put him on the throne. You know?
True. True, true, true.
I'm not trusting any of you to take him off it either.
Hashtag not all Primarchs.
That's funny.
Thank you. I try sometimes. Okay, deal. We'll read that for next week.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Ooh.
All right, let's wrap up this very long episode of the Falcon Paladin Hour.
Yeah. Longest
Is that
ever.
record time again? Is this the longest now?
Oh, absolutely. By about half an
What was
hour.
our previous one? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, a lot to talk about. Thanks, Ultra. GG to you too, man. All right, we'll wrap it up here. Thanks
Yeah.
for joining us for the longest ever edition of the Falcon Paladin Hour, streamed live here on twitch.tv/Somicron. Also, you can find us here live every week if you want to be here and be in the chat like Ultra is. Indeed, record-breaking Ultra. See, I'm reading the chat. You can also find us at youtube.com/@Somicron. If you're more of a YouTube kind of a person, you can support the podcast by buying gift subs at twitch.tv/Somicron or by gifting subs or cheering bits or whatever else Twitch allows you to do. You can also support it by buying merch at falconpaladin.store and by going to patreon.com/Somicron and supporting on a monthly basis there too. So, support Somicron and support the podcast. So again, we'll be back next week to talk about the Ashes of... Oh my gosh, I just lost it. Ashes of the Imperium?
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
Nailed it. By Chris
Ashes
Wright.
of the Imperium.
Yep.
First book in The Scouring. Excited for that one. So read it if you want. Have questions for us in chat if you want. Don't have to do it. Obviously, we can talk our own ears off as evidenced by today. So